Well, well, well. Late again, I see, Mooney. Ha 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 ha. No, that's not. It's not really like that, is it? I don't think it is. Oh, soundtrack is here, and that reminds me that this is when I ask the Peter Mooney bot to come into the room and greet people as they come in. So that should be working now. We'll see, I suppose. Tyro. Tyro? Tyro. Hello. Welcome to our friends in Germany. It is Germany, isn't it? Or is it Austria? Somehow I always get mixed up on that one. I think it's because the Austrians speak German, don't they? But at any rate, hi and welcome. And soundtrack, it's very good to see you as well. Just sort of waiting. Wait, no, not the Australians. I didn't say nothing about Australia. Whiskey. Oh. Hi, soundtrack. It's good to hear your welcome sound, and it's good to have you here. And Whiskey Tango Air, I was about to say, hi, welcome, welcome to the channel. Good to see you here, falling up. Hello, and welcome on in. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, and all gentle beings, Saber is here as well, as is Jumperman 82nd. Hi, Jumperman. Good to have you. Welcome on in, everybody. Let's see, I probably have a lot of splaining to do. Oh, in the rush to get going, I forgot to check the location of the Alpha Bravo controls cam. Pardon me just a moment. I'll be right back. I think that should be a little bit better. Okay. Sorry. It's been, as you might have guessed, given my 15-minute late start time, I wasn't quite prepared for today's stream. In fact, I was, before pressing that button, I was feeling like totally unprepared, and then I took a deep breath, and I thought, well, that's purely subjective, and if you're going to make up something, why not make up something better? So I thought, it's not untrue that my entire life up until this moment has been preparing me for right now. So that's not untrue. But it's also not untrue that there was a lot of stuff I really wanted to get done before the stream today that didn't get done. So that's where we are. Those of you who are regulars may notice that while our call sign here, our call sign is my regular registration number, 8080 Alpha, but this is not our normal pretty blue and white retro livery. This is one of the stock liveries that comes with this plane from Kirinado. And that's because one of the things that I have been doing, one of the many steps that I took in the things I've been trying to resolve since Tuesday's stream is I essentially just wiped everything out of my community folder. I completely emptied my community folder. And then I've been putting things back in one at a time to see what effect, if any, that has on a variety of things. That livery has not come back yet, and didn't seem important enough to delay the stream even longer to put it back in. But I love this. I think the green and gold is very, very pretty on this plane. Can we probably, I don't know if I can, let's see. If I do that, can we, no. Oh, do I have to take that off to, no. Oh, wait, do I have to do this and then that to, no. Well, I was thinking maybe we would just take a look at our Mooney here, but the camera controls aren't working quite the way I would have hoped ordinarily. We're at Martha's Vineyard today, and the plan for the stream, which is always available with the !plan command, is we're doing the VATSIM Boston Area Center's Wings Over New England program, a series of 30 challenge flights, the first 6 VFR and the remaining 24 IFR. And we have passed VFR 1 through 6 and IFR 1 through 3. And so IFR number 4 is what's up on our plate next. Turdog, hey, good to see you. Welcome on in. Always happy to have you here. So if any of the wonderful VATSIM controllers who are part of the Boston Center group, if any of them logs on to control Boston Center while we're streaming today, then we will just drop whatever we're doing and see if we can't successfully complete that flight. But if that doesn't happen, if nobody comes on to Boston Center, then the plan is to prepare and plan for that flight as if we were going to fly it today, and then actually kind of fly it. We'll pretend we have ATC and we'll just do like a dry run dress rehearsal of that flight. So can't stay long. Okay. Turdog, yeah. Definite landing practice, good. Very, very good. And I find every airplane is just so different. You get really good at landing one of them and then you hop into another one and there's just no basis for any kind of comparison. Club Teak, hi, welcome on in. We're kind of just getting started here, or just getting the ball rolling. I think this is still our pre-start. I think this is still our pre-start. So that's the plan. Is we're gonna brief this IFR flight, and then get the plane set up and get ready to fly it. And at that point, if there's ATC, pardon me again while I look over here because it looks like somebody has come on Boston Center. Oh, yes, indeed. There we go. We have a center controller online in Boston. Let me take just a sec to look. The Boston Center's Discord is awesome, and anytime somebody goes live on Center, it makes a little automatic post that includes how long they're planning to be there, which is really great. Well, it often includes how long they're planning to be there. The person who logged in today apparently did not say, but they did just log on 4 minutes ago. So chances are good they will be on long enough for us to try this flight today. Yippee. I'm trying to sound enthusiastic and not worried. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. So, well, in that case, I think we should hop in the airplane and get underway. Before we hop in the airplane, do we want to? Let's just kind of talk about the flight in general. Let's we'll go to here, and yes. So it's the and you can't really see that with the but I bet I can just, yes, I can just pop myself out like that, can I? Hey, that works. I'd never thought about that before, but okay. So this is the flight for today. It's Martha's Vineyard to Albany. So far, so this is the 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th flight in the series of 30. And so far, they have all been short hops, 20 miles, 30 miles, 40. I don't think there's really been anything appreciably over 40 miles. And this one is almost 170. So it's a much longer flight than the ones we've been doing. And so the standards we'll be rated on are over here. We have to file an appropriate tech route, and then we have to file, this is our flight plan, we have to file an appropriate tech route, file an appropriate altitude for the direction of flight. This, for those of you who were here on Tuesday, tripped me up. They could have failed me. But one of our friendly VATSIM Boston controllers who was in the chat, PhD IPO, Dr. IPO, was kind enough to kind of, in text chat, nonetheless managed to say, are you sure you want to file at that altitude? Okay, so appropriate altitude for the direction of flight. Oh, and also above the MEA. Someone is rating us. Oh my gosh, it's Sim Caesar. Welcome on in, Raiders. It's great to have you here, and with 37 of our friends along for the ride. Welcome, Raiders. Happy to see you. We're just kind of getting started talking about the flight we're going to do today. And Sim Caesar, thank you so very much for the raid. What was I? Okay. Files. So we need to file a flight plan with the appropriate altitude for the direction, but also not below the minimum en route altitude for the route we're flying, and then we just have to navigate the tech route successfully. And there's there's like all 30 of these flights. The Boston group on their website here, BVA for short. They've have done a great job of setting this up with making sure you know what you need to know before the flight and familiarizing you with any symbols or terminology on the chart you might not know. Ladies and gentlemen and all gentle beings, not only is Sim Caesar here, but the lovely Sigrin Mia has joined us all the way from Sweden. Good to have you here, Sigrin, as always. And I hope you are enjoying your evening. The evening is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah. Shank of the evening over there in Sweden. Good to have you here. Thanks for coming. So anyway, that's the quick overview of the flight here. I can bring me back now, I think. Can I? Yeah, I had. There he is. We knew he was here, but the bot doesn't know he's here until he says something. So welcome on in, Sim Caesar. And that's weird. I'm not seeing Peter Mooney-bot in the room, which I should, but that's Peter Mooney-bot doing his thing. So there we go. Shadow Wolf, hey, welcome in. Good to see you. And gosh, did I miss saying hi to anybody? Oh, Good Fixins is here. Hi, Good Fixins. Delightful to have you here as well. Oh, and Pezzy, I think, came along in the raid. Absolutely lovely. So welcome everybody. And yeah, so here's our route. So the previous flight, IFR number 3, had us following a Victor Airway, but it was a very simple. It was actually departing from Providence and then following Victor 146, was it? Yeah, I think 146 down to Martha's Vineyard. Oh no, that's right. They had us we took Victor 167 out here to the east to Tudor, and then turned and just followed a radial down to Martha's Vineyard. So this time a little more complex. It's still the same skill set. You got to know VOR navigation and how to tune in your frequencies for the VORs. And it's like one Victor airway all the way. But so when I first saw the description of the flight, it said it's more complex, but it's not. It's just following this one Victor airway. But then I realized there's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs. This Victor airway, well, it only turns 1, 2, 3. It turns 3 times. But there's an extra leg because these two VORs, even though they're on a straight line, they're far enough apart that there's like from Chester here up to Albany is 47 miles, which means we're not even going to pick up this VOR until we're over here a ways. Hey, Cold Nebo, welcome on in. So that's why this, even though it's a straight line, I would consider this 2 legs or a route, because you got to change frequencies there. So that's our overall thing. And as you can see over here, like I said, 165.8 miles, way longer than any of the flights we've done so far. And I started late, so I'm going to try and get going pretty quick here. Is there anything else to kind of this? So no, I think I made myself a cheat sheet as long as we've got the screen up where you can see my screen. I didn't want to be looking up frequencies in the course of this flight. So is the mic on? Is my mic not on? Yes, the mic is on. According to OBS, you're hearing me. Is this mic on? Tap, tap, tap. Did I? So I'm sorry, I missed the joke. Let's go back and see what Cold Nebo's joke was. It's full of stars. Okay. There we go. Yes. Alrighty then. Happy to have you here, Cold Nebo. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. As I was saying, wait, there was a 2001 reference? Is that it's full of, is that at the end of the second 2001 movie where there's like the second moon rises or something, or was that the first one? I don't know. I don't want to talk about that, and I don't have time. We're running late. What was I just saying? We need to get underway. Zane Fury, hi, good to see you. Welcome back. Glad to have you here again. Okay, so like I said, I didn't want to be looking up frequencies off the chart while we're flying, so I just put this here where it'll be handy while we're going. Let's see, what else do I have? Let me take a quick look and see if the weather has changed at Martha's Vineyard since I last looked. And so let's just refresh that METAR there. And nope, same time. So we got winds out of the south, 150, 9 knots. Not nothing to sneeze. I wouldn't want to sneeze into a 9-knot wind. But no problem with clouds, and we're IFR anyway. So that's all looking fine and dandy there. Martha's Vineyard has a 1.5, so that's right directly into the wind. It's only 3,300 feet, but the Mooney will leap into the air in well less than that. So I parked us kind of over here so we can hopefully just take Delta over to where we'll back taxi on 15. That's everything I can think of in there. So let's go back to the airplane and hop on in it. If I can get it's easy to get you there. It takes me a little more to get me back over here. But there I am. So let's see. We go here. This looks like a cold and dark cockpit. Excellent. So where do we want to start? I think we got to start over here by. So while I got this going here, there was a whole kind of discussion on Tuesday about filing slant alpha when in fact you have a GPS on board, and that you should file the equipment you have on board, not the way you're flying the flight. And I completely agree with that. And yet, I also know that if I file slant golf, the controller may give me a direct to a GPS waypoint, and we're doing VOR navigation on this flight. In fact, the training materials or the presentation materials from the BVA themselves say, we're going to be giving you GPS navigation in the later, more complex flights. You should do this by VOR only. So, oh, that's good. Oh, Zane, that's a pity. I've never seen them live. I've only seen pictures and film and video, and yeah. So right. So we're that was actually what a lot of time and effort. I I now kind of feel like I wasted a lot of time and effort between Tuesday and today looking to see if I couldn't find a plane that was both fast. I wanted something that was single engine but fast, and steam gauge only. And the thing that answers those criteria, sorry, the third and most importantly, that I can fly. So what it seemed like would really fit that bill was the black square add-on for the default Caravan that gives you the option of pure steam gauge with just an old-fashioned radio stack. So while I had been wanting that, I had been resisting my urge to purchase. But yesterday, I went ahead and bought that and got loaded into it. And I think that we will probably end up using that for some of the later flights. But it's a turboprop, and there was not time to learn how to manage a turboprop engine between last night and this morning. So, right. So we'll probably be seeing the steam gauge Caravan before too long. But for today, we're in the Mooney, and today, so I was like, well, I experimented with trying to take the GPS out of the panel in the Mooney, and there's just not a way. The lowest down you can go on the hierarchy of avionics is the 530, and I hate that. So I didn't want that. I actually tried. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go delete the 530 folder, because it won't let you uninstall it from the marketplace. So I deleted the 530 folder and restarted the simulator, and it said, oh no, you need an update, and some mandatory update, which put back the folder I had deleted. So there's no taking the 530 out of this panel, and oops, there we go. No taking the 530 out. Plus, I just really like the radios on the 750. That touchscreen push button frequency for entry for the radios. I'm addicted to that. So I'm a TDS GTN XI 750 addict. So that's what we're doing. Hey, Iowa Scotsman, welcome on in. Good to have you here. And Dragon is here as well. Thank you for coming. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, and then we'll file our flight plan and get going. So what have I? Oh, we have a new follower. Hey, In the Blue Yonder is following. That's really great. Thank you so much. Good to have you here. Let me see if I've just done something bad to my checklist. Nope, there it is. Okay, so let's see. I already before you came in, I fueled up. We've got full tanks on both sides, and then let's see. Anything else we need to do up there? No. So before start checklist, controls free and correct. I find it since I've already gotten rid of the yokes, I'd prefer to just go out here and take a look. Some people may think that's cheating. Too bad. Trim set for takeoff. Let's have just a little more nose up than that. Not much. Flaps are up. Yes, flaps up. Been in 4 or 5 different airplanes since Tuesday, looking for one that might work without a GPS in the panel. And in the course of that, I've forgotten where my flap indicator was. Ha. So, speed brakes retracted. Hello. Yep, no speed brakes out. Parking brake on. It should be, but let's double check. In fact, it's always a good idea to cycle it with the Alpha and Bravo. It seems to be a good idea to cycle just about everything the first time so that they get synced up. So, parking brake on, fuel selector, side per clock. It's gonna be the top of the hour before we get going. So, well, you know what? We'll run the engine for 20 minutes. So we'll leave it on left for now and then try and remember at the top of the hour to switch that to the other side. That's fuel. Throttle closed. Prop forward. Mixture idle. Cutoff. Altimeter set. Yeah, that's the field elevation right there. So that's good. I know I should cross check it against the METAR, but I'm not, because we're in a hurry. And let's see. Okay, so master alternator avionics all off. Good. Switches off. Breakers not modeled by Carnata, and the gear is down. So that's our before engine start. We can move right on to engine start. Throttle full open. Mixture rich. Master on. Alternator on. Master caution can come off. Hello. There we go. Annunciator test. There it is, our pretty moony Christmas tree annunciator panel. Beacon on. Let's see. Where's our lights? Beacon on. Lost my place. Oh, right. Fuel pump. Low boost fuel pump on. Throttle back to idle. Gonna lean out the window and say, clear prop! And then we can crank the mags. Listen to her start right up and purr. Such a lovely sound. So throttle 800-ish. After start checklist. Throttle 800-ish. Oil pressure in the green. Arc, volt, ammeter. We are charging. We got amps. We got volts. Lovely. What's next? Suction. We got 4.3 inches, which is not a lot of suction, but it's obviously enough because our instrument has become erect. And fuel pump can come off. Engine instruments, well, they look the way we would expect them to. I'm not really sure why that is in the checklist at this point. I guess something could be irregular here. Can't hurt to look. Soundtrack is Colt Nebo misbehaving again? I don't know. Where were we? How dare you interrupt me? Oh, okay. Engine instruments, fuel flow indicator. Yeah, 0.8 gallons per hour, probably about right at idle. Avionics master on. And then the last item on this is transponder to standby, which it will be as soon as we go over there. And, oh, hello. There we go. So, let's get ourselves in here. How are the, oh, something's happening. What's happening? Oh, Cold Nebo cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much. That's delightful. Well, I appreciate it. How are the levels? I'm only asking because they look like they normally do when I look at the little B strips or whatever you call those. But they sound really loud in my ears, so I just want to make sure they're not, that the engines aren't deafening you. So, hey, Kill Dead Red is here. Oh, thanks for the hug. That's nice. Oh yeah, Kill Dead Red. I don't think you were here on Tuesday, and Tuesday was when I finally, after months of shirking my duty, finally got a hug command working. So I'm sorry you weren't here for the inaugural hugs going around, but definitely delighted to have you here and huggable today. In fact, I need to, how do I, there we go. All righty. There we go. Oh, isn't that sweet? Where was I? Oh, I was saying hi to Flying Basil, and I didn't even need a rubber band around my wrist to avoid saying Basil. Hi, Basil. Good to see you. Happy to have you here. As always, delight to see you. And Vega Blue Sky, did I see? Yes. Shout out still. I'm still. You know what? Stop the stream right there. I have fixed this 3 times, and I'm not going to fix it again. What on earth is going on with that darned period? I'm not normally so irritable in the middle of the stream, but apparently I'm having my period. Okay. Recommends you check out $1 close paren, who was recently seen streaming $game, $1 paren, close paren at, and then the channel. Wait, so is it with the channel with the, oh, it's that one right there, I think. Is that, yeah, that's the, I swear that's the, maybe there was a period after the name, the person's name as well, and I fixed that. But let's, sometimes it doesn't save unless I deactivate it and reactivate it and save it again. That should do it. Could we try that? Flying Bay's Basil. I almost did it that time. Well, that's interesting. I clicked on the one from Basil's shout out before I did the fix, and it worked for me. Although, well, yeah, because I see that, and even when I look at the hyperlink, the period, I'm scrolling back up now to look at, yeah, I look at the one for Cold Nebo from above, that period is not part of the link. Okay, so now the period's gone. Before, the period was not part of the link, so it should not have caused any problem with the link. And when I click on those links with the period, Basil's worked. Let me go back and try Cold Nebo's as well. There's Iowa Scotsman's from even earlier. Yup, takes me right to his channel. So I don't know why that period was messing with some people's link, but not others. Maybe it's a Mac versus PC thing, or an Android versus, it's probably let's wait, what did I let's see, that's about I don't understand about the time machine, but yes, in any case, the period is gone, and so maybe it was causing problems on Android, but it's gone. That's the important thing, is now it's gone. So let's see. I'm going to go back to okay, back to here. What was I doing? I was oh yeah, so we're done with checklists until we're ready to taxi, so that means we can tune some frequencies if they're not already in. And so the first let me go back to my little route cheat sheet. First thing we're going to need is Martha's Vineyard, which is, are any of these? No, of course not. We have to go to, let me get this where I can actually see two things at once. Good. So Martha's Vineyard is going to be first, and that's 114.5. Oh, hello, 114.5 is where we're going to be starting. And then Tyra, that's hilarious. Sorry, I'm just completely distracted and discombobulated here. Let's see. Providence is our second VOR, so we're going to put that in here on standby, and that's 115.6. Okay, so those are set up. I'm going to put them both in down here as well in nav2, just because I am. I'm still trying to figure out the efficient way to, like, when you come to a turn, and you're going to, so you're going to switch from one VOR to the next. I'm still trying to figure out the easy, efficient way to do that. I thought I knew how, but then it, when I tried pre-flying just the first turn in this route shortly before the stream, I discovered that what I thought was going to work didn't work. So, but I'm going to put these in down here anyway. In fact, I'm going to put our next pair in. We're going to start with Providence on 115.6, and then have our third VOR, which is Putnam, dialed in here on standby, and that's 117.4. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I didn't hear any feedback about levels, so I'm going to see if I can't just reach back here and adjust mine, because like I said, it's deafening me. But if it's not deafening you, then I'm not going to turn it down in the software where it... Oh. So that's radio's tuned. Let's put some courses in over here as long as I'm zoomed in. So if we take off 1.5 from Martha's Vineyard, that's going to put us kind of southeast of the field, and so we'll probably get vectors to. They'll probably vector us back to the VOR, but in case they don't, well, no, it's our first course is going to be from Martha's Vineyard on the 313. So I'm going to put 313 in here. So there's 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. That looks more like 4, 3. It's right around in there. And then after that, we'll be flying to Providence. And that's going to be on where's it from? It's 313. Providence. So Providence, we will be on the 132 radial, but we'll be flying 2. So it's from this. I know this when I'm not actually having to do it, and then my head just goes all crazy about to and from, and when you put the course, in the top and when you put it in the bottom. In other words, when you fly the reciprocal when you're flying from. And so when we're leaving, oh, right, yeah, when we're leaving Martha's Vineyard, we're flying a course of 313, but we're on the 313 radial. So I think that's fine that way. It's when if we switch over to when I switch over to Providence, I'm going to be on the Providence 132 radial, but I'll still be flying a course of 321. Okay, so I think that means that up here we need this on the 321, because that's what we're setting up for there. Ladies and gentlemen and all gentle beings, we have the great honor and privilege of being joined by none other than Quas. Welcome, Quas. Shalom. So happy to see you, happy to have you here. If you want to stick around and bail me out on VOR navigation, that would be super. Oh boy, hang on. Okay, so 311, 312, something right around in there, I think, is what we're going to need in there. So that's radios set up. That's the HSI and the OBS set up. I think I may be proven completely wrong. I think that means it's time to file our flight plan and then call up and get a clearance. I may be completely wrong, but that's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. Do I have to go down here to get? I have to go down there to get that. And then oh no, then I can't. Hang on. Oh, I think I know what to do with this. Let's see. Yep, that'll work. Okay. We'll just come back here and get vPilot and oh, is that? Yeah, well, so yes, Cold Nebo, I have experienced that, and I'm not entirely sure what the best thing to do if it's to turn. So if the autopilot's on and in nav mode and I just change the nav frequency, bad things happen. But the first thing that I noticed, is that it turns off nav mode. But yeah, okay, so the thing is, switch it from nav to heading, make the frequency change, then put it back on nav. Okay, I have not tried that order of things, and so yeah, I will definitely give that a try. Oh, and darn it, that controller is still on center, so I'm not going to get to avoid this today. Okay, at least not if we go ahead and get going pretty quickly here. So let's file a flight plan. I think I have it all set up. But you can please double check my work as we travel along here. We are filing IFR. We're going from Martha's Vineyard to Albany, and we're doing that on this. This is a tech route, which is it's all Victor 146 the whole way. But Victor, the segment we're flying is from the Martha's Vineyard VOR to the Providence VOR. And then following Victor 146, which involves Putnam, Barnes, and Chester VORs along our merry way on Victor 146 to the Albany VOR. And so that's our route. I put Kilo Sierra Charlie Hotel in as my alternate, mainly because there are just not enough times in life when with those who don't live there have a chance to say Schenectady. So there, I've said it, Schenectady. I don't know why that tickles me, but it does. Departure time of 2100. given that it's 20:59 now, that was probably optimistic on our part, but we'll put in 21:15. Time en route, about an hour and a half. I did fill the tanks today, so we got 4 hours of fuel on board. We're going to cruise at 6,000. This tripped me up last time because I forgot. That's why it tripped me up, is because I forgot. Every flight we had done so far for the wings program had been westerly, and so they had all been even. And so I just filed at 4,000 for a route that was going to the east. But Schenectady, no one can spell Schenectady. I mean, presumably people who live in Schenectady and are trained from an early age are able to say it. But hey, Fenrir, welcome on in. Good to have you. We're about to fly Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts to Albany, New York. So cruising at 6,000 because it's a westerly flight, and the MEA, the minimum en route altitude on this Victor Airway is not something that I can view because it's off my screen. There we go. The final segment has an MEA of 4,100. So rather than cruising at 4,000 for a lot of the way and then climbing at the end, we're just going to go on up to 6,000 for the whole thing. So we are filing. So, hey, Quas, are you still here? Quas. Are you still here? Quas. Hey, Shalom. I'd like your take on this. There was a lengthy discussion on Tuesday. I'm filing Slant Alpha. So for the purpose of this flight, I am pretending that my GPS is out of service, and all that I have is my radio stack for VOR navigation. The materials from BVA for the flight say fly this using VOR only, and don't use GPS navigation for this flight. And I looked and tried to find a plane that was fast and single engine and that I could fly and that had only a radio stack, and there's not one. Closest thing is the steam gauge Caravan, which I bought hoping it would work, but I don't know how to manage a turbo engine. So we'll be doing that soon, but not today. So here's what I'm doing. I'm pretending my GPS is out of service. So I'm filing Slant Alpha because I don't have a GPS on board. Also, I know that if I file Slant Golf, the controller may very well see that and give me direct to a GPS waypoint, and my GPS is out of service, so I can't do it. So I'd have to say unable. So, but even with all those facts, there was still some lengthy discussion on Tuesday. People saying, no. If you have a GPS on board, you should file Slant Golf, because what you put in the equipment suffix field is the equipment you have, not the way you're flying your flight. So at any rate, I put it to you. What would you do in my situation? Would you file Slant Golf because, as we all can see, there's a perfectly good GPS right here in the panel? My thinking is file Slant Alpha because, I'm pretending to fly a pretend airplane. I don't see what the problem is with pretending the GPS is out of service. Oh, in real life, of course, I would have to. Yes, in the Blue Yonder, absolutely. I would not be pretending the GPS was out of service if I were flying in real life. I would be hugging the GPS and thanking it for being there in real life. Absolutely not. Equipment suffix is only for the equipment you're willing to use, not the equipment you have. Under normal circumstance, you would file Slant Golf. But in this case, I'm saying and pretending it is uncertified or out of service or whatever. Yes, okay, all right. I'm happy to have some backup on my position. So if you're in the other camp, why did suddenly the volume in my ear dropped? Why would that have happened? Did I mute something? No. Okay. Not going to worry. Not going to be distracted by audio problems, I'm going to file this flight plan. Okay. Oh, that's right. I can't file before I connect. Wah, 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 wah. Could I have an exclamation point noob in the chat? No, I'm kidding, because we don't have a noob command. We should, but we don't. Oh, but we do have a fail command. That's right. And, you know, we also have an uh-oh emote that I noticed. I was looking at channel stats earlier today. Don't ask me why. I don't even know why. Hey, Ian Fisher, welcome on in. Good to have you here. For some reason, I was looking at channel stats, and the poor little uh-oh emote just is almost never used. I think it's adorable, it's a little animated uh-oh, and just nobody ever uses it. Quas is, let's see. Oh. Pull the TCAS page up. That's a fascinating. Wait, is that under? No. No. Traffic. Oh wait. Oh, traffic. Ah. Yes, that was. I was actually looking for like something like a blank page to have over here, so that I wouldn't like cheat by looking over. Although you never know, I may if I get lost. I have practiced VOR lost procedures a few times, but not in the last couple days, and it seems that at my age, 48 hours is plenty of time to make things as if I had never known them. But okay, but we will give that a try to start there. Does this tell me anything? It's well, it gives me north up. No, that doesn't really help. It's put north at the top of the screen. How helpful. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So that's a flight plan filed, and I guess we're supposed to have some idea of what the heck we're doing. We probably need to tune in some frequencies now that we're connected. And yeah, so Boston Center 134.7. I'm gonna scribble that down there before also putting it in here. And we might as well listen to the Boston ATIS just to see what it is. 125.775. And to make sure we're actually receiving audio. Hello? Double check and make sure that's what we got over here. Boston. Oh, wait a minute. That spy says Boston ATIS 135.0. What have I done? Oh, that's Toronto Center 125.775. Nyek, 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 nyek. So 135 nothing is what we want in here. And we're too far away to receive it. Okay, that's fine. You can usually pick it up in Providence, but apparently we are too far away down here. Okay. So let's switch back over to center. And I would like to be hearing some chatter going on. Are they busy? Is anybody flying? Or is it just a lonely person on them? There's 43 flights. We ought to be hearing some people talking. One would think. Is there something that I've not? Let's see. Mic 1, monitor 1. I don't think I have the volume turned down or anything. Yeah, 134.7. Let's cross check. Oh, that 134.7 is correct. Okay. Well, oh, and how did this get switched back to GPS? I had that on. I swear I had that on. Oh, that's interesting. That made. Hang on. Huh. Okay. Well, apparently the Sim's focus was somehow still outside the plane, which is why the engines were deafening me. Because it must be that touching this switch shifted the... Oh. No, because it just happened again. Every time I switch this from nav to GPS, the engines get really quiet. So the Sim's doing something with, okay, yeah, no, the engine sound's creeping back up again. And then when I switch it drops back down. Okay. So the Sim is doing something like to equalize sounds or make sure that I hear the... That's weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Just in case you're as, oh, look, Kilo Zebra's here. Uh-oh, it's Kilo Zebra. Hi, welcome, good to see you. So yeah, I'm mystified that we're not hearing anybody, but, I guess we'll just go ahead and give them a call, for our clearance. We did make sure yep, it says flight plan filed. And it says everything there is there, so yeah, I will. Okay, you need to give it a try. I guess I'm ready to copy this down. Let's see. It's Boston Center, Mooney 8080 Alpha, IFR clearance to Albany. I guess that's all I really got to say. Okay. Boston Center, Mooney 8080 Alpha, IFR clearance to Albany. I didn't say for Wings 4. I don't get that we're actually connected. Okay. Let me just go back to vPilot here and check my settings. Audio. Mic is definitely hot. What happens if I change this to here? Then you're not going to be able to hear them. Oh, but there they are. Oh no. Okay. I know what happened. Now I know what happened. Okay. What happened is, at the end of the stream last night, Tuesday, when we landed here in Martha's Vineyard, I got tired of having ATC in my ear, so in OBS, I muted vPilot, which is why. So I haven't been hearing them at all. I probably stepped on someone when I just keyed the mic with no idea who might or might not be talking.
74,
hey, behold, there they are. How embarrassing.
Make right close, make left close traffic.
Oh, Sky Command, here just in time to,
close traffic?
yeah, no, Pete, everything else was fine. It was just that
Leaving my airspace. New York approach for
I was the only person on frequency who was not hearing them.
Nice flying with you. 6 Lima.
Take care.
Okay, well, it all works when, there's 13,723 buttons and levers and dials, and every last one of them does exactly what I set it up to do, and does exactly what I subsequently tell it to do. In this case, don't let me hear Boston. Okay. I love it when a plane comes together. Wait, no, that's not right. Very funny. Okay, there's a nice long silence. Let's try that again. Boston Center, Mooney 8080 Alpha, IFR clearance to Providence for Wings IFR number 4.
And Mooney 8080 Alpha, I can accommodate that. Clear to the, Wings IFR 4 is approved. Clear to the Providence Airport. BVA radar vectors to the Martha's Vineyard VOR, then as filed. On departure, maintain 2000, expect 6000 in 10 minutes. Departure with me, squawk 0027.
And cleared to the Albany Airport, radar vectors, Martha's Vineyard, then as filed, climb maintain 2000, expect 6000, stick with you for departure, and squawk 0027, Mooney 8080 Alpha.
8080 Alpha, all the way back was correct except you're clear to the Providence Airport now for IFR 4.
Cleared to the Providence Airport for IFR number 4, 8080 Alpha. Okay.
I just sent you the revised routing in the
We're gonna have to, okay, let me go look at the text he sent.
8080 Alpha, read back is correct. The Vineyard altimeter is 3018. You can expect runway 6 for departure, advisory to taxi.
We'll call you back when we're ready. Runway
Boston Delta 569 at Bangor, ready for taxi with the weather.
569,
So,
taxi Alpha,
let me see. Let me see what's in his text messages.
We'll call you ready, Delta 569.
Routing Martha's Vineyard, Victor 146 Providence.
Wind
Okay, so let me bring you back to my desktop. Oh, we never left my desktop. This just gets better and better every moment.
Altitude indicates 3,500. Maintain VFR center course.
KW for life. Welcome on in. Welcome to the flying circus. And not in a good, not in a funny Monty Python way. No, it really is pretty funny. So
Canada 8697.
maybe I have
Bravo 2 ready for push.
filed the wrong. I think I must have requested the wrong wings flight. Maybe it's that IFR 5 is the one that goes to Albany. We're definitely going to Albany, not Providence. We have been to Providence. So let me go back to, let's see, I think if I go here, we fixed that thing. Wings IFR 4. IFR 4. Did I say VFR? And did he say VFR? Wait, come on. Hey, let's go back to, where's my V-pilot? I can't seem to find anything. There's V-pilot.
Logan for departure. Radar vectors
Martha's Vineyard to Providence. Let's go back over here to the wings flights, and we'll go back to flights, and VFR 4 now is Boston to Nashua. So flights. I should probably look at chat in case somebody else has.
We'll advise when ready to taxi 7122 Tango.
Yeah, IFR 4 uses a tech route. Yeah, from MVY to, right. So, I mean, that's, I got the tech route by going over here to my handily bookmarked FAA preferred routes and putting in an origin of Martha's Vineyard with a destination of Albany. Right? Am I right? So, wait, tech route. Yeah, right. Yeah, Martha's Vineyard to Albany. Just MVY, ALB, right? And then when I ask for that tech route, I got
Pray for some good weather for you.
Martha's Vineyard VOR, Providence VOR, Victor 146, Albany VOR. That's my tech route with Boston Center.
Number 614 Whiskey.
Let's try messaging him back. Is there something I can just quote from here? No. So we'll mess. Let me get back to
line up and wait.
back back to VPilot
15
here.
line up away, Delta
So,
569.
so now I don't know how to do this.
Boston Center Embraer 7122 Tango, the General Aviation ramp.
I
ready
guess
to
I really
taxi.
should learn how to
Number
use.
7122 Tango, runway 22 right,
we're,
taxi via Bravo,
You know,
November,
before
cross
I do
runway
anything
15
else,
right,
I'm just
hold
going to
short,
alt
15
tab
left.
back here into the airplane, and
Well,
look at.
taxi to
Yeah, we've
22
burned a
right,
whole
Bravo,
gallon out
November,
of the
cross
left
15
tank
right,
while
hold
working on
short,
this. So let's just
15
go ahead
left.
and switch over here to the. Okay, now, where was I? Yeah, I could ask on frequency. Yeah, well, I mean, I wish Tower was on, but Tower is I mean, it's Boston Center doing top down. Yeah, no, so this is I read back, so I don't know what he said, but I read back cleared to the Albany airport, and then he came back and said, read back is correct except
Atlantic 24,
cleared to the
Boston, go.
Providence airport.
Boston Atlantic 24, checking in with you, flight level
And then he said
430.
and then he said I'm texting you your amended
Atlantic 24,
route.
Boston Center,
And
good
so this
evening.
is what he's saying
New
my
squawk
amended
for you.
route is. And it's to Providence.
4722, 4722, good evening.
Well,
4722, Atlantic 24.
oh. So you're saying I misunderstood what? So, oh, what about it now? Oh, that's where. But so back on here. So
Chatter 494, welcome to Bangor, taxi ramp to Alpha, good night.
Well, hang on. Then I need to look at my. I need to go back to my chart then,
Chatter
because I
494.
I didn't think this was 146. Oh, it is 146. Goes all the way down here.
Anytime, good.
So then why does the tech route
569, wind 180 at 10, fly runway heading, runway 15, good to take off.
put it this way?
Runway heading 15, clear for takeoff, Delta 569.
What did I file? We'll go back and look at what I filed. Flight plan. This is what I filed. I filed Martha's Vineyard to Albany via this route because this is the route that this gave me. Am I reading that wrong? Whoop, hello. MVY, PVD, Victor 146, Albany. And these are VORs, not the airports, which are over here. Hey, Red Box. Yes. That's yes. I'm delighted to have you here. You know, through the first 3 or 4, maybe even 5 of the VFR flights. You know, somebody who hadn't been able to be here for the stream, you know, would ask me later or the next day. It was like, you know, oh, I heard you passed. How did it go? And I said it was a complete disaster, which is to say, everyone loved it. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I just need to call him back for a clarification on the
Delta 569, it's
you
3.5.
can fly direct. No, I don't think he said. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that when he after I read it back, he said, "Read back correct, except you are cleared to the Providence Airport."
4765.
So I'm just gonna call back and ask for a clarification. Nice long. Boston Center, Mooney 8080 Alpha. Could I ask for a clarification on our clearance and our route? The readback correction, I understood you to say cleared to the Providence Airport instead of cleared to the Albany Airport?
Affirmative. Didn't you say that's what you wanted to do instead of going to Albany? Because I didn't have time to accommodate IFR 4. I thought you said you wanted to go to Providence instead. Because when you called up the second time for a clearance, you asked for clearance to Providence.
Now I understand what happened. So the first time I called up, I didn't get a response because I discovered that I had you muted. So I didn't hear you saying that you could not accommodate number 4. So when I did hear your response to my second call, I thought you said that you could accommodate number 4. So I think I understand now that we can't do number 4 today. Is that correct?
I'm logging off here in about 36 minutes, right at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to accommodate the flight all the way to Albany.
Great. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry that I missed the first response, and thanks for the ATC.
Anytime, take care.
All righty. Well, that explains that. So, the bad news is we don't get to actually attempt IFR number 4 today. The good news is we don't actually get to attempt IFR number 4. Okay.
540 mile center clearance zone.
So,
number 7122 Tango.
I'm nice. Wait. I thought he was really nice. I don't what. Hey, Mustix, welcome on in. Hope you. I hope this is a good part of an already good day. Oh, let's see. Was that a? Oh, look, that's a message from Boston Center.
Boston approach, Cherokee 6140 whiskey.
He did hear.
Cherokee 4 whiskey, go ahead.
We're about 10 miles west of Kilo Papa Yankee.
Wait.
Mike have the airport in sight at 3,300. We'd like to cancel.
So I just have. Oh, you're still on my screen.
Whiskey, Roger. Your radar service is terminated. Squawk and maintain BFR for change approved. Have a good one.
Good evening. Thanks for the help.
Double 569. Turn right direct to OJ.
Right turn direct, I believe, meant EJ for Delta 569.
Affirmative, yes. Atlantic 24 radar contact, 30 miles southeast, Millinocket VOR, maintain flight level 430.
Atlantic 24, maintain flight level 430.
Number 4707, cross Basie at 8,000, LaGuardia altimeter 3006.
Basie at 8,000, number 4707.
That's just Hawaiian 98 I've seen early handoff.
Hawaiian 9808, radar service terminated. Frequency change to Unicom. Have a good one.
All right,
let's see.
Appreciate it. See Hawaiian 98.
So long.
Oh, what am I missing here? Oh, right, okay. Right, nobody showed the original, right, yes. He heard me, I didn't hear him. So he thought my second call, right.
Request taxi 22 right.
Wait, yeah, but I only made the one call before we sorted it out. I didn't like try calling again. Right. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Good. I think I'm caught up there. Oh.
Clear taxi 22
okay.
right.
No big deal.
Echo Bravo November cross 15 right. Hold short 15 left. Air Canada 8697.
Or 7122 Tango on departure. Fly heading 180. Wind at 180 at 10. Runway 22 right. Clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 22 right. We'll fly we'll fly heading 180, 7122 Tango.
Giant 540 clearance available. Advisory to copy.
Very copy 540.
Giant 540 clear to Sarasota. Pat 6 departure. Then as filed. Climb via SID. Squawk 7003.
Yeah. One more.
Clear Sarasota to Pat 6. Then as filed. Climb via SID. Squawk 7003. Giant 540 right. Taxi 22
okay,
right.
Good. Alrighty. So.
Giant 540 transponder on right now.
I think that means.
Okay. The altimeter is 3017. I'm assuming that's you up by North
called
Cargo
Nemo,
there.
right? Yeah, I made one. I called up Mooney 880 Alpha IFR clearance to Albany.
I'll change the frequency code now.
And then I didn't hear anything.
You're good. And
then I never keyed the mic again until I had gone through everything and we found the problem and I turned it back on and we were hearing him. That's when I keyed the mic a second time and said the same thing. Mooney 880 Alpha IFR clearance to
Number 174 kilo, descend and
Albany.
maintain.
The only difference between the two calls was the first. Now this is also a little interesting and odd. On the first call, I omitted saying 4 wings IFR 4. Obviously, he saw my flight plan. Oh, so it's not a mystery. He saw my flight plan that had that in there, which would be why he. Right. Yes. Oh, absolutely, yes. I love going back to the VOD and saying, like, did I really say the wrong thing, or did they say the wrong thing? Okay. What are we... Okay, so the first thing I want to do is disconnect from VATSIM, because I've had enough of people in my ear. And then we'll put this back here, because we're going to fly this route to see if we actually can do the flying part of it, minus the talking on the radio part of it. So now, let's go back to the flying part of it and see if we've burned another gallon. I hope we haven't. Let's see. That's you back in the plane. Let me get me back in the plane. I think we've got our frequencies tuned. Oh, and hey, at least we got, so we can use this initial clearance that he gave us, which was 5maintain 2000. Now it's funny, he didn't say anything about. Yeah, so I gotta reread stuff because I just never know if I'm on an IFR clearance. I've been cleared to take off from a runway, in this case 6, and cleared to climb to 2000 and expect 6000. Nothing about, and then and radar vectors to the. Oh yeah, radar vectors to the VOR. So that's okay. So I know how to simulate that. So then at this point we would be doing our pre-taxi check and then call up for a taxi clearance. Sorry, let me get the relationship between the chair, the foot of the chair, and the rudders has to be reasonably precise or the rudders don't work. Okay. Excellent. I think we're ready now. What's here? Hey. Welcome. Good to see you. IFR fly along. Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Mustix, if you do the route command, that'll give you the route. And I'm in the Mooney, so anything that'll do around 150 knots or so will be able to keep up. And so on any of these flights, anybody is absolutely welcome to fly along. And whether you're on VATSIM or just using Microsoft Flight Simulator multiplayer, fly along is always welcome. I always put the North Europe server in the stream title, which I assume people will see what multiplayer server I'm on in the stream title, and that they will assume that means they're welcome to fly along. But in case that's not clear, fly along, always welcome. I prefer that you not do it in an F-18 and buzz me and or shoot me down or anything like that. But other than that, yep, always welcome. So while Mystic loads in, I am going to see if I can find my checklist. It's here somewhere. There it is. All right, before taxi, radios set and preset, transponder mode C. We're gonna now. I'm getting that weird audio glitchy thing on the simulator sounds again. Did those engine sounds and the other simulator sounds, is that going all crunchy, staticky for you, or is it just in my ear? Let's see if anything happens if I mute them and then bring them back. I put it on mute and put it back, and now it's fine for me. Is it fine for you now? There's some definite audio weirdness going on. That thing, let me see if here's soundtrack in particular, but anybody. I really want to know if this is audible on the stream, this weird thing going on. Okay, thanks, bye. Welcome in, and thank you for the resubscription. That is absolutely sweet. That is how sweet it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's just great. Oh, and now called Nebo is have to. No, called Nebo. That's what I was saying at the top. It's we have to make like 4 different turns, staying on the same Victor Airway. No, so yeah, soundtrack or anybody. Here's the thing that I now really, really want to know if there's an audio difference for you on the stream. So I've got relatively loud engine noise in my monitor right now, but when I click this switch, and it may be when I click any switch, I think it's like when some cabin noise happens, the level, at least in my monitor, of the engine noise drops, and then it gradually creeps back up. And so I think it's some kind of sound thing that the sim is doing to make sure you hear your... At any rate, so I would love feedback on whether or not there's an audio change when I click this. So 3, 2, 1. So for me, when I flipped that switch, the engine noise dropped from pretty loud to barely audible. And now it's kind of very slowly, gradually creeping its way back up. Like now I can hear it. It's not what I'd call loud yet, but it's definitely there and it's coming back. Okay, so do I have other... Let's see if Carinado has bothered to animate any other switch in this. Oh yeah, the fuel pump switch works. Oh, but fuel pump switch may not work with... It's bound to, I bet this one does, because I haven't bound this to anything. Okay, so my engine noise now is not back up as loud as it was, but it's back up to, definitely there. So now I want to see if it drops when I click any switch. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. So I'm now hearing the boost pump noise, but that engine sound definitely it's back down to like almost nothing. Okay, well that's okay. It's of no consequence other than I really just wanted to know if that's what it's doing. Okay, so what was I avoiding before my last digression? Before taxi check, radio set and preset. Transponder, mode C. Well, we'll go ahead. If I put it in here like that, then when I go back, it's gonna still say standby, but now it'll switch itself over when we do get going. Instruments checked, yes, like a million times. I'm tired of checking my instruments. CDI. Oh, now what I didn't do is we're taking off on runway 6. We might as well go ahead and get the heading bug, at least in the general area, for flying runway heading. And then then the only other thing from there is to get some other lights on. We're going to want our landing and taxi lights, nav light, recognition light. We'll wait to put the... Oh, no, that was really interesting. The engine noise, at least in my monitor, got quieter still with each successive switch. Kilo Zebra, that's one of my favorite quotes of all time. Yes, I love that. I love that Socrates quote, and it goes, I find, really well with my favorite... you don't call them Christmas hymns. What do you call this? Christmas carols. My favorite Christmas carol of all time. And I'll hate myself after this for telling it, but I can't resist. My favorite Christmas carol of all time is Hark the hair-lipped angels sing. So again, hate myself. If there's anyone in the room with a speech impediment, I'm deeply sorry and embarrassed and ashamed of myself. But that's the price that I pay for my dark sense of humor. Okay, thanks, bye. How on earth did I inspire you yesterday? I find this difficult to imagine, and yet I know you to be a trustworthy person, so I'm not questioning. Okay, let's see. Parking brake off and test the brakes. We're rolling. We are for sure rolling. Right brake. Ooh, pulls to the right. Left brake pulls to the left. Okay, that's brakes are good. So we're ready to call up. So this would be. Well, since we're now pretending there's a person there, pretending to be a controller, we might as well pretend that they're the tower controller. Making fun of track hours. Oh, yeah, boy. I keep thinking about it. I got this close to actually getting a track IR, but then I just, I was reading through and looking at the videos and things, and I realized that it's taken me almost 3 months to get to the point where I can sim and stream and have nothing touching my head, but this time almost imperceptibly small thing in my ear, and I don't want that thing strapped to my head. Not because I think Caesar doesn't want a thing strapped to his head because of how it's going to look, even though he doesn't have a face cam. I don't know. If you've tried to figure out the logic in Caesar's mind, I can tell you you're on a fool's errand. But and he knows I love him. I couldn't say anything like that if I didn't love him, and if I didn't know he knows I love him. But yeah. So I mean, I'm seriously thinking about the Toby. I was my first concern was that the alpha is so like I can barely see the bottom of the monitor, but then when I'm actually where I need to be and looking where I need to look, I actually can see the whole bottom of the monitor and a couple inches of the desk below it. So that might really work. Yeah, but Tyro, I don't want anything on my head. I don't want to wear a hat. I definitely don't want a headset. I know there's one clip that it'll clip to the headset, but I know you can also clip it to a hat. I don't want to wear a hat. I mean, when I'm in a mood to wear a hat, I love wearing a hat, but I don't want to have to wear a hat in order to sim, and let alone in order to also to stream. So, put an airway in the flight computer. Are you using the GTN 750? Oh yeah, Spundot. My monitor is like a 67-inch home theater TV that's bolted to the wall, so I could move it up 2 inches, but that would mean disassembling my entire setup. It's also the thing. It's the fact that it is both bolted to the wall and tight down against the slab of plywood that serves as my desktop is what keeps the plywood desktop from like tipping over from all the weight of all the monitors and the Alpha and the Bravo. All their weight is all the way out at this edge, and then the plywood goes under the monitor and the monitor's sitting on it and bolted to the wall. So yeah, no, can't do any of that. But I think there's room for the Toby to go down there. And Spundot, I think you're one of the people I've heard say that you love the Toby. And there's oh, you know what? I think it's a new record. Oh no, I didn't start till 15 minutes early, so it's only an hour and a half. And technically we have moved the airplane 3 feet, so maybe there's no new record involved here. Oh yeah, called Nebo. That was I rushed out to get a second cam the day that I did the impromptu unboxing stream for the Alpha and Bravo. I realized I had no way. The face cam is super glued to the top of the monitor, so I had no way to show the desktop for any unboxing. So I rushed out and bought a second webcam, and then I found myself with a second webcam. So I thought, yeah, why not set up like Melvin Leroy and Charlie Foxtrot. A few other people have them kind of set up like this, and yeah, so I thought, why not? It's a Gila Zebra, thank you. Yes, it's a loop. That is hilarious and true. Okay, So I think I was about to pretend. Yes, I remember now. I was pretending that since we're pretending to talk to a person who's pretending to be a controller and not really talking to a person who's pretending to be a controller, I'm going to pretend that the person I'm pretending to talk to is pretending to be in the tower. So, well, you know, Kilo Zebra, I don't do it's so. I start out temporary, so that I can still shift things around if they don't work. But then, like when I find something that works, then I go ahead and make it as I don't think anything's permanent, but at least long lasting is the intention. Wait. Hands flying, they're 10. What I don't understand. My hands are 10 feet apart? Oh, you mean, you mean like if like when my hand's over here? It's, so if with my left hand on the yoke and my right hand on the throttle, it's no more than 6 inches further to my right than it would be in the plane I grew up in. But yeah, to do the flaps, so both hands on the yoke, and then reach. My finger is just short of the flap, so I have to lean a half inch to get to the flap switch. But putting it over there instead of immediately next to it gave me room for it gave me room between the Bravo and the Alpha here, so I've got room for an 8.5 by 11 big sheet of paper here for copying down clearances and things. And then the drone cam, I use whoops, as you can see, my camera control is a joystick that I use for that, so that's right there. And I'm gonna lean a little bit to get that as well, but then like the keyboard is glued. It's not, so Kilo Zebra, rest easy. The keyboard is merely duct taped to the top of the Alpha. But then, it's all set so like what it's best for typing. The space bar is centered on the yoke, which leaves half the keyboard hanging off to the right here, which means plenty of room under it for the mouse pad with both mouses, the mouse for the sim computer, but also the mouse for the other monitor. Nobody came here to learn about my yes, Kilo Zebra, exactly. Like I'm almost at the point where I'm sold and I'm going to super glue the keyboard to the top of the yep, exactly. I think we're going to need some of that thicker like Gorilla Glue to make that one permanent. Okay, as I was saying, before this day gets any older, we're going to pretend to call up tower now and get a taxi clearance. We're going to cough first, and then we're going to do that. Aries, hey, welcome on in. Good to see you. And no, there was something that came with Velcro, and that was just completely unacceptable. Whatever. I don't remember now what it was, but I remember removing the Velcro and gluing it down. So let's make our pretend taxi clearance call. So that's going to be Martha's Vineyard Tower, Mooney 8080 on the southwest ramp. Taxi. And then they're going to come back and say Mooney 8080 Alpha, taxi runway 6 cross. Oh, I don't know. There's a crossing runway. They're going to say, what are they going to say? They're going to it's so late here. Yeah, it's this is 6. Oh, that's right. I thought we were going to be going off 1-5 way over there because that's where the wind is, or was 2 hours ago. Last time I looked at the weather. But the clearance we got when we thought we were going to depart here was from 6, and 6 is actually right there. So never mind any of that business. So we're just they're going to clear us to taxi 6 via whatever the heck the name of this taxiway is. We don't care because we're not really talking to them. So we're just gonna go ahead. Oh, I think actually to get out of this little area, we need to go around these fuel pumps, and I'm pretty sure there's a taxiway over here. Look at that pretty sun going down over there in the west. Yeah, hey, there is a taxiway. This taxiway is not depicted on the airport diagram. On the airport diagram, if you want to get to 6, you have to go... Oh, no, I tell a lie again. I'm thinking of, ooh, is that Drygon or Mustix? Oh, I bet I don't have name tags on. I don't. That's Drygon. Yay. Welcome along. Glad to have you flying. D18S. Is that a diamond? I can never remember what numbers go with the diamond. I get the diamond and the Cirrus mixed up as far as there's numbers, because then there's like a 21 and a 22. This Vineyard Tower. You want a flight of dry reds. That's what I wonder if that makes me want to preview one of the jokes I've prepped for this Sunday's fly along for the Super Bowl. But HRG Scoop, hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that a great deal, and welcome to the channel. Happy to have you here. So since we're pretending to talk to Tower, we're pretending to talk to someone who's pretending to be in the Tower when they're really pretending to be in Boston Center, we're going to pretend that we've done a run-up. This engine, it is the first flight of the day, but this engine's been running so long at this point that it might as well be the second flight of the day. So let's see. That means we are ready for our before takeoff checklist. Oh my gosh, that sounds like somebody subscribing. Oh, it is. It's Jumperman giving a gift sub to the community. Oh, and it's going to Good Fixins. Oh, Jumperman. Had you picked someone who would be the perfect person to pick for a gift sub to go to, you couldn't have picked anybody better than Good Fixins. Good Fixins, I hope you're still here. Whether you are or not, though, I'm delighted to have you as a subscriber. Good Fixins is good people, I gotta tell you. Moderates for Rob for Slant Alpha Adventures. Here I am, filed Slant Alpha, and I can't even remember the terminology. Thank you for the gift sub, Jumperman. That's a little boost, a little mood boost, and a shot in the arm before we take off here. So, before takeoff check, flaps. Let's have a notch of flaps. Trim is set. Yep, I adjusted that before. Mixture's rich. Fuel pump on. Did I leave it on? There I go, typing a P in my checklist again because I forgot to. Okay. Oh, yeah. Fuel. Oh, that's right. Fuel pump's on because we. Wait. Hello? There we go. Fuel pump on. What do I have to. Oh, and it took me back up to the. Sorry, stand by. We got to figure out a better way of doing this with the checklists. Okay. Flap set, trim, mixture, fuel pump, instruments, checked and set, switches as required. We got the runway heading bugged up. That means we are ready to go. We can go up here and put the strobes on, which kills the engine noise. Isn't that great? And then, yeah, we can, let's go ahead and take off. So, again, we can call up Tower and tell them we're ready to go, and then say Mooney 8080 Alpha, runway 6 cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading, and we've already been cleared to, yeah. So the Tower would vector us from there. So yeah, so we're ready to go. Let's go. Are we gonna roll? We're gonna roll. Sure, my feet are where they need to be on these pedals. These got CH rudder pedals, and if you have, oh my gosh, we got another. Oh, Fly 787 Tom, welcome on in, and thank you so much for the resubscription. Oh, well, that's cool. That's kind of you to say. Which people, for some reason, when I say it's kind of you to say, people think that I'm saying you're only saying that because you're kind, and I don't mean that at all. I mean, I wouldn't have known you had felt that way if you hadn't said anything, and so I think it's kind of you to say how you're feeling. And, I appreciate it. Okay, so here we are. We're lined up. We got everything set that we need set. We've been through all of that. We are ready to go, and off we go. Not quite 2 hours into the stream, but we'll just see how this goes. Okay. Try and keep it centered here if we can. Airspeed's alive. 60. And there's okay, no, there we go. Okay, that's at any rate. There we are. We're on. There's a little bit of usable runway left if we lost it right now. That's not enough to land on, so the gear can come up. And let's see if we can trim for around 85 to 90. Get a little more speed coming on. Ooh, I see Dragon just below us there at the edge. Okay, flaps can come up. And we're going to climb on up to 2,000. Something's happening. Oh my gosh, somebody cheered bits. Cold Nebo cheered 100 bits. That's great. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Alrighty, so here we are heading out over the water off of Martha's Vineyard. And, oh, Mustix, you made it along. Oh, and you're in the 310. Excellent. We're already climbing on up to, speed's climbing on up to 1,000. So, nose up a little more aggressively. Pretty sure I recall 85 is best rate. So, turning left a little bit. So sometime before too much longer here, hang on, it seems likely that Tower would be calling us up to vector us to, oh my gosh, hey Tyro, thank you for the 100 bits. That's great. For a flight ticket if you still have room. You mean like to fly along? Is that what you're saying? You're absolutely welcome to. There's always plenty of room. Oh wait, or do you want to climb in the back of the Mooney here? You're welcome. You're welcome to come aboard as well. I hope the jetway is exceptionally long. Well, now we're really climbing like a mo, aren't we? Let's see. Altitude here. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I was gonna put it in heading mode, and I'm a yes and no on the presetting the altitude before I'm actually in the air, because that does seem like it has caused problems sometimes. So let's get that on. That, yeah, no reason not to be using what we have to at least to stay on course. So I think what I was saying was that at some point here they're going to call us up and give us vectors back to the Martha's Vineyard VOR. But since we've got Martha's Vineyard tuned in here, I think just double check my frequency cheat sheet. Martha's Vineyard 114.5, that's what's in there. I think at this point that if I just put it in nav mode, I think that it's going to go ahead and give us a turn. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, and nav mode did not. Okay. What's going on here? Nav. And do I have to? That's... So yeah, now I'm completely confused again. This is the course we want to fly when we're going from the... Well, but no, but this is centered here. Wait, has it switched me back to... Oh, it's switched me back to... How does this switch keep getting? Oh, that's right. I switched it. I remember now. It's true. They could, yeah. I mean, they could give me any clearance. They could absolutely have just cleared me Providence direct, and in which case we could have done. I know how to do that. In fact, I've already got the Providence VOR in NAV2. I think I'm going to 6,000. I filed 6,000, and during the brief moment when we had live ATC. They told us to expect 6,000. So now, what's it doing? It has turned us to a course, or to a heading at any rate, of, it's getting hard to see. I may have to make it a little earlier in the day here. It's flying us west. Is it gonna, oh, it's gonna do that to intercept the course and then kind of turn us back to the northwest, is my guess. Hopefully we're gonna see this needle coming in pretty soon here. So the air is getting thinner. Our airspeed is decreasing a little with the nose this far up. I'll try sneaking that back down. We're coming up on 6 as well, so we could slow this climb rate. You know, here's another thing, another reason I don't trust this particular autopilot is I'm pushing the nose down and trimming the nose down. Oh, and the trim is not, whether I use electric or manual, the trim's not moving. Yep, this thing is holding altitude even though there's no indication on either the Bravo or the panel, no indication of altitude being turned on. Now there's alt hold on the Bravo, but clearly it's not. What's going on over here? So there's something bad wrong. Okay. So there we go. We're a little high. Yes, they could also have vectored me. They could have put me on vectored me on a heading that would have allowed me to intercept. Yes. I mean, in fact, that's what that part of the clearance was, to expect vectors to intercept the radial. Yes. Okay. So, are we about to die? Let's see. No, but we're also not anything like on course. And why is that? So the course is still to our left. Yeah, I just don't know. Where is Martha's Vineyard Airport from here? Oh, it's right there under us. 6. Yeah, so we're not 1-5 is 3-2. Yeah, no, 3-2 is we are not heading the right way, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, and all gentle beings. Oh, look, there comes okay, so I see. Yeah, so we just got to the radial, and if we were in nav mode, and with that on nav, yes, it is going to turn us onto that course. So we flew right through the course because I didn't have nav mode on. But had I had nav mode on, it would have flown that really unnecessarily steep angle to get itself to the course as quickly as it could, and then made this sharp turn to get us on course. And then I assume it's going to keep coming over here to correct and get us on the, yeah, look at that. It's just like magic. Oh, yeah, Tom, what is that? I can go right up here and find it. It's Peter Mooney, no spaces. I don't know if the capitalization is needed, but Peter Mooney with no spaces, number 872. PVD inbound 312. Yes, exactly. Well, yes. So Exactly. So I'm currently flying from, so I've got a from indication down here because I'm flying from Martha's Vineyard. And then at some point my plan was to switch over to it's the Providence 132 radial, which would be a course of 321. Did you use 321 what you said? It's probably what you just said. Yeah, it's actually 321 for some reason from. Ladies and gentlemen, and all gentle beings anywhere on the field, I have got to tell you, there is nothing to substitute for a reliable friend and moderator who has just reminded us that it is time for it is well past time for the top of climb checklist. And yes, it's 6,000's our altitude, and this is just a pretend warm-up flight, so I don't care. So, top of climb. Here we go. So, did we bring the flaps up in the climb? Yes, we did. Did we turn the fuel pump off? No, we didn't. Did we? Oh no! Now I've typed P in my checklist 2 more times. This poor checklist. I just somehow I switch to the checklist and then forget to switch back, and it's just like that. So, fuel pump off. Let's see, landing light and taxi light can come off. Very good. Oil temp and pressure, they're looking fine. We're gonna need some panel lights. I might as well go ahead and get them on now. That's a little better. Instrument lights. Yeah, that's the... Oh my gosh. That is so Jumper Man. Wow, it's gifting another sub. This one going to Kev Mikwa. I gotta tell you, after good fixins, you couldn't have picked anybody more perfect than Kev Mikwa. I don't know what's up with the Twitch algorithm that is just picking all the people who I couldn't possibly be more delighted to see that person get a gift sub. Jumper Man, thank you so much. That's really super. And it's not just the sim. I think maybe so that sound drop with when I was flipping a switch. Now I think it's hey, Kevnik was here, and yeah. I didn't see you come in. Gosh, your coming in is probably what prompted Jumper Man to give you a here. Let's go say hi to Tom. Yes, excellent. And a side note for those who somebody was saying earlier in the chat that this was watching me stumble and struggle through these things was reminding them of when they first started going through the Wings program. And so for anybody who's watching who's like me, new to VATSIM, I'm sure if you've been on VATSIM for any time at all, you already know some of the basics, like don't spawn in on a runway. Similar to that is don't pause or live pause unless they give you permission. Because if there's other traffic around and you just suddenly stop midair, that really makes their day really, really hard. So you don't want to do that. But we're not on any network. We're just up here on multiplayer and having a good time. And who else is around? Oh, the poor drone camera. Do we have Mustix and Drygon with us still? Let's see. Oh, there's Fly 787. Hey, loading in at Martha's Vineyard. Awesome. Well, and there's Mustix and Drygon. Are you up here in the pack somewhere? It's hard to tell with, some of these are overlapping. And oh, hey, Fallen Up is here as well. Wow, great to have you along. Tom, I was about to say, had I finished the top of climb checklist, that would have involved setting cruise power. which will probably pull me down a little below the 160 or 170 knots I'm doing now. Yes, I saw you on my 7 o'clock, and but I didn't see Drygon. Right, so let's start just reducing our RPMs and manifold pressure here, at least not that far, but I think if we pull it back to around 24 inches and 2400, it's a good place to start anyway. Oh, I had my hands on the wrong levers. That's interesting. Yeah, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 and 24 just for a start. There's a chart that I'm not going to bother with yet. Oh, 24 and 24. Oh, and then let's say I need to get the mixture leaned out as well. We'll do that until we'll find out where peak is, and then we'll go just a little tiny bit rich of peak. There we go. What are we doing now? Hey, under 12 gallons an hour. That's looking a lot better. Sicilian. Wait a minute. How did we get on to Sicilians here? I've missed something in the chat, but that's okay. Before I try and catch up on chat, I'm just going to take a look at what's going on here. So we are on course tracking this radial to Providence. DME is telling me we still got 23 miles to run, so there shouldn't be any emergencies coming up. But just out of interest, on the on nav2 here in the OBS, let's put in. So I think I already put. No, let's see. Oh yeah, so Providence is in there. And what happens if we put it on the 321 radial? Let's see if I get a little closer here to where my ancient eyes can see this. The knob for the HSI I got on my Alpha, but I don't for this. So it should be the 321 radial is what the chart. So the chart says Victor 146. If you're looking at it from Providence, that it's the 321 radial. Have I mistaken that? We can go look at the chart. So if I go to Providence here and zoom in, oh, it's the 132 radial. But if it's the 132 radial, then the reciprocal would be 312. How did I transpose that? Where did I get 321? Oh, it's the outbound that's 321. Okay, well that was my mistake. So we want 321. So if I put this on 321, then that should center this needle as well. Come on. Where's 3? So where's 3? Wait, yeah, 3. So 3-1, 3-1-1, 3-1-2. Is that right? 3-1, 3-2. That's 3-1-5. Yeah. Oh, okay. Close enough. Alrighty. Right. Yeah. So this is from the Martha's Vineyard VOR. This is to the Providence VOR. So sweet. Oh, and you know what? Now, since we have such distinguished individuals in the chat as Fly787, well, Cold Nebo, that's kind of my next question. The next thing that I've at least three different times I think I've figured out, and then it's turned out that I didn't. And that is doing that, swapping from one to the next. So I would love to just switch over from nav 1 to nav 2, but I don't know how to. The only way I know how to do that is when I have this up. I've got two buttons here, one for CDI and one for OBS, and I know if I click that, this changes to OBS, and the autopilot is then slaved to the OBS instead of being slaved to the HSI. At least that's how I remember it working before. So what I don't know is, if I don't have this up because I'm pretending that my GPS is out of service, how do I switch the autopilot from being slaved to the HSI to being slaved? You know, like, it seems like there should be like a nav1, nav2 switch somewhere, and I've got this physical switch for nav or GPS, but I have not seen any other switch that would do that. Tom, any ideas? +2, +2, +1. Okay. +2, -2, +2, -2. Oh, in terms of the, yeah, okay, good. Is there a switch near the autopilot to go from nav1 to nav2? Yeah, no, well, that's, yeah, I thought I had looked everywhere. And maybe there is a switch somewhere that I have not spotted, but I don't know. As I'm down here, what happens if we do this? Dope. Gonna descend this at all? No. Piece of garbage. What did I hope I muttered that under my breath. Yeah, I remember seeing that switch in the okay. Where are we now? Oh, you know what? So I'm gonna go ahead and well, since I don't know about flip-flopping, let's as long as I've got this up, what happens if I come out of nav mode, swap this from, no, I thought I could click on OBS over here and get, okay, what's the deal here then? Yes, no, that's so weird. Every time I've done this before, do you have to have the autopilot engaged to do that? That would seem odd. Or have nav engaged? Wouldn't think so. Huh. Okay. Well, I tell you what we're going to do then. Since we want to be inbound to Providence, we're going to nav off, swap the Providence VOR into nav1, put nav back on again, and there it goes, turning us back to, yeah, so now we've got a from indicator, and our course is our course on 312 there? Let's see. Just want to be sure. Yeah, near enough. So, hey, there we are. Love it. Okay, so now, instead of flying from the Martha's Vineyard VOR, we're now flying, wait, why do I have a from indication again? That's not right. Unless I've passed, I couldn't have just passed Providence, could I? That would be really embarrassing. Oh, looky there. This, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings of all stripes and descriptions, this is why we pre-fly these before we try. The first rule of VATSIM is know how to fly your airplane before you get on the network. And I know how to fly this airplane, I just don't know how to navigate it using VORs. So our next thing is Putnam on 117.4. So let's get that dialed in here. 117.4, 117.4. Oh, we don't want to do that with nav engaged because it doesn't like that, and it's already come out. It's already thrown itself out of nav, so we're fine to put 1174 in for Putnam, and it's going to be on a course of 302. The plane is turning itself. See, This, I don't, it's so, nav mode is engaged with the nav mode light, not illuminated. And I don't like, so this has to be sorted out before. So, we're going to Putnam on the Putnam 141 radial, which should be the course of, yes, this is where we need 321 instead of 312. So that's 32. That ought to be, well, we'll put it there and call that 321. So it's still turning us, yes. And we're still somewhere reasonably close to overhead the Providence Airport. Yes, right there. Oh, Providence looks cool in the sort of the evening with the lights. Oh, and look at that. We're heading what way? This is Providence. Oh, can't read the runway numbers from here. The Providence scenery is messed up in my sim. Yeah, no, I can't read it down there either. Well, I was just going to do a quick, never mind. Check to make sure it's sending us the right way, but we can look and see that here. Here's even our good old whiskey compass tells us it's turning us the way we want to go. So that's all good. 22.8 miles. We got, so this is Putnam, and we have a 2 indicator, so that's good. Course is a little to our right. We're about to get back on it. And Putnam should be 23 nautical miles, and we got a 22 point something right there. So, woo, I think we are back on, the +2 -2 thing. Oh, you know, I didn't even get, I thought when I saw the +2 -2 before, I thought somebody was talking about how precise, what level of precision you need to be. Why are we turning right? Because nav mode's not engaged. So this autopilot, I swear it's messing with me. Okay, well that's going to turn us back, it looks like. So I thought somebody was saying, as far as like setting the course on the HSI or the OBS, that as long as you were within ±2 degrees of where it should be set, then you ought to be fine. I completely misunderstood that. You were talking about the compass reciprocal. Yeah, the quick and easy method that works in the majority of cases is to subtract. You either subtract 2 from the first digit and add 2 to the second digit, or vice versa. So, so we're going to Putnam, and we're going on the 141 radial, which means we need to fly the reciprocal course. So I take 141. Because that first digit is a 1, I can't subtract 2 from it, so I add 2 to it. So 141, the 1, I add 2 becomes a 3. So we now know it's a heading of 3 something. And the 4, so since I added 2 to the first digit to change the 1 to a 3, I subtract 2 from the second digit, so the 4 becomes a 2. So now I know I got 32 something, and the third digit always stays the same. So 141, the reciprocal, is 321, because I took 141, I added 2 to the first, I subtracted 2 from the second, so 141 becomes 321. And then there are some headings that it doesn't work for, because if you're, I can't think of the example, but there are some where if you do the +2 -2, the number you get is not a compass bearing, so then you know that you have to figure it out some other way. And then of course the other obvious simple way is whatever you put in the top, the reciprocal is going to be in the bottom, or you can use any of your cardinal points or any of the tick marks that are provided on whichever gauge you happen to be looking at. Compass card review. Yeah, it's yes. A, easier than math, let alone one hardly need mention. B, doing math in public. So yeah. Oh, and poor soundtrack. Yes, my bad. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, absolutely. The just looking on here and you know, I mean, they even give you some of the common pairings. Obviously, north and south are opposite, are reciprocals. East and west are reciprocals, but 3-0 and 1-2, and 3-3 and 1-5, and 2-1 and 3, 2-4 and 6. You know, so those are the obvious ones. So what's happening now? So what's happening now is we do have our 2 indication off of Putnam, and a distance of clicking down from 15. So we should think about what's going to happen when we get to Putnam. After Putnam, we're going to Barnes. Do you want to see the chart? We can all go back and take another look at the chart. Oh, I just saw this waypoint over here. Hop 2. Oh, you're flying so slowly. Hop 2. Okay. So where are we? So we left Martha's Vineyard. We just unexpectedly found ourselves overhead Providence, and now we're on our way to Putnam, and it says we're 14 miles out, so we're haven't quite crossed the midway point yet, but we're tuned into Putnam and flying to it. When we so is I guess maybe the easiest way to change course at Putnam is just to spin the knob around from this 321 that we're on now. We want to fly outbound on the 302. I think I'm going to try that because that seems a lot easier than messing around with switching from NAV 1 to NAV 2. I mean, that's something I would like to be able to do at some point, but I don't think we have to be able to do it for today. Different VORs different VORs can have different magnetic norths. That is really interesting. I was noticing on the chart that there's something that's like it's 321 from this VOR, but it's 320 to the next VOR. They're like places there. I noticed a couple places on the chart where those 2 angles were like off by a degree. So I wonder if that's what's going on there. Okay, yeah, cool. Well, good to know. Oh, sure, because it's something like if one is substantially east or west of the other, then the variation's gonna, that's, I had not thought that through, but oh, the math nerds are ganging up on us. This is not good. 9 miles to run. 302. I should be able to move my heading bug around without it messing me up because we're not in heading mode. That's not what I wanted, but it's nice and close. So we're going to change the course. When we get to Putnam, we're going to move the course over to 302. So there's 300, 301, 302, about there. So that's just there to make it visually easier for me when I'm out here in this view to get that course needle swung around to 302. Nerd with 0 math for sure. Okay, well, good for you. Yeah, I am a proud holder of no degrees of any kind. I do have one honorary. I have an honorary nth degree. But aside from that, no. I'm just gonna, believe it or not, 5:30 p.m. here where I am, and I still there's still this much of my daily half pot of coffee left. So I'm gonna mute the stream, do a lot of coughing and throat clearing, drink some coffee, and then I'll take it off muting it. Oh, sweet nectar of the gods. It's getting pretty outside. We got 4 miles to run. We can take a minute or two to look around out here. Oh, look at this. It's so pretty in New England in the evening. And look, Mustix is keeping up with us over here in his 310. Can we actually see his airplane? Almost. I think I either see his strobe or a beacon from an airport on the ground. It's hard to tell which. Dragon, are you still along or falling up? Hey, here's Tom, flies a 77, also in the 310. All you people with using your twins to try and keep up with my little sports car of a Mooney. It's interesting. Interesting that you need 2 engines to keep up with me. I think neither of these people is with us. So Dragon, I guess we have lost. Hey, Amplify Oz is here. All the way from the other side of the globe. Welcome, Tristan. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Oh, okay. So you're doing direct. Oh, you're going. Are you doing direct to Albany? Because it's not. I mean, it's this. The Victor Airway is not all that far off of that. I need to go back inside and see what's going on with our. Oh, you know, before I go back inside, if I don't put the drone camera back at the back of the plane, it gets angry later. A study of tearing apart all these engines. Yes, Cold Nebo, I think I agree. You can't fit. Oh, you can't fit in the Mooney IRL. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, the last time I was the only two times I've flown in a Mooney IRL was in the back seat, and there was way less of me then. We're a mile away now. Okay, so I need to be getting ready to just do that minor course adjustment in the HSI there. And is this, wait, I'm looking at the wrong, I just switched over to the, you know, there's not any indication on the chart that, let's see, when I go to the VOR, yeah, Putnam is just, as far as I can tell, just a ground-based nav station. It's not an actual airport there. Oh, and we're ticking up, so we have passed it. So let's, we gotta change. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to. Oh, we just need to. So if I had done that a little bit sooner. Oh, and that adjustment took us out of nav mode again. Hey, Stormgrad is here. Welcome on in. Good to see ya. Oh, and there's Fallen Up. I lost track of you earlier. It's good to see you are still along. Yeah, Tristan. So welcome. So we were going to fly the Wings over New England program, IFR number 4 today, and we thought that we would actually even get to do it on VATSIM with a controller. So, like, you know, actually, I mean, my original plan was just to do a dress rehearsal, but then we, you know, about 5 minutes after the stream cranked up, somebody logged on to Boston Center on VATSIM. So I was like, oh yay, we'll get to like actually try for the rating today. And then it turned out they were not going to be on long enough to do it's an hour and a half flight, and they were not planning to be on center for long enough to do it. So oh yeah, the Mooney, I mean, in terms of the cabin, there can't be more than an inch or two difference from the Warrior. It's, you know, it's just a little. I should pay attention to what's going on here. 6.8 DME and ticking up because we're going from 117.4 is Putnam, right? Let me just go back to my cheat sheet. Yes, 117.4 is Putnam. Okay, so what's coming up next is Barnes. So this leg, Putnam to Barnes, oh good, is 41 miles. So we got some time. We don't need to panic. What is that other thing that the GPS is showing me here? What the heck is this line? I get that this is my we are pretending that our GPS is, oh, I see, that's just direct to my nearest. Okay, that's fine. We don't really care about that. And in fact, we're going to put this back where we can more easily pretend that it's out of service. So, another little look around out here. It's like, yeah, so pretty. Let's do one of these or two. Oh, wow, it's even prettier in the east than it is in the west. Righty. Huh. Try that one more time. Let's see what it looks like without those. Ooh, look, we can see the position lights of somebody behind us. That's really cool. Oh no. Suddenly I'm channeling someone. Okay. One more. I gotta see one more of those. Oh no. Well, this isn't gonna work the way I thought it would. Should we, I really kind of like this time of day. I think I might want, we'll let it get a little darker and then we'll back the time of day up just a little because this is so pretty. Where are we now? 15. Okay, so we are well on our way to Barnes. That's because we're still on from Putnam. So why don't we go ahead and switch over to the 2 Barnes? So we're 16 miles from Putnam, which means we're only 20 miles to Barnes, so we should be picking it up. So Barnes is on 113 nothing. So let's get 113 nothing in here. And is this, wait, so this is our order. Yeah, if I swap this now, it kicks it out of nav mode and makes it go crazy. So I think the order is take it out of nav mode, swap these. Come on. And then, it's going to be the reciprocal course because Barnes, it's 321. Oh, right, we're back to, yes, it's just the slightest thing, but we're back to 321 into Barnes. And then we can put nav mode back on. And then it should be, just the, well, now, wait a minute. No, it's doing something really crazy now. What did I just do? I'm confused. I think I confused where we were flying from Putnam on 117.4, and we want to be flying to, but 2 Barnes, duh, is on the 121, not the 302. So I need to have 121 in here. Right? I'm pretty sure that's right. 121 Barnes. I gotta go sneak a peek at my chart again because I just keep getting turned around. Barnes 121, but we're not flying 121. That 121 is southeast. We're flying northwest on the 302. So flying 302 is what puts us on the 121. Hi. So back over here to 302. Well, it's doing it anyway, regardless of what I put. Oh, that's because if nav mode is on, it should be. I've completely lost it. So nav. I see chat scrolling. I'm sure someone is explaining it to me, but I just need to sit here and stew in it myself for a moment, I think. I'm looking back at my chart again because, yep, a course of 302 puts us on the 1-2. Oh well, it's 1-2-1 versus 1-2-2, but that's again that's the thing Fallen Up pointed out about the Fallen Up's got to go later. Check my keyboard monitor. Oh, okay. That's funny. Yeah, so we're course of 302. We've tuned in Barnes on 113, so it should say 2 and the thing. So what do we got? And it does. So it's 302 and a 2 indication, and that all looks right. And the DME is saying it's not quite what we wanted. Oh, come on. 12.8, and it's ticking down. So yeah, so 12 and a half miles to run to get us to Barnes. And then from Barnes to, so the turn at Barnes, and again, it's a shallow one. We've been going back and forth between our course being 302 and 321, or 301 and 321. So the turns have been shallow, but, bowling night. Hey, wait, it's bowling night for P-Bowl? So, P-Bowl, I have to ask. I've never had the courage to ask this before, but the fact that it's bowling night makes me wonder if your name P-Bowl is in some way associated with the sport of bowling, because that would be a really obvious explanation, and it would relieve any concern that may have been lingering in the back of my head that your screen name was in any way associated with the toilet. I'm sorry to actually say that out loud. I did. I gotta, I have to admit, I have never been able to completely erase that image from my mind. Because, okay. Good. Well, so you're a bowler. So glad to know that you're a bowler. We had a lengthy discussion of hats earlier. If I were to ever get a track IR, I think I would have to get a bowler hat to pin it to, because that would be okay. Let's concentrate on this flight again and see what on earth is going on. So we're on course to our VOR and coming down in mileage, so only 7 miles to go to Barnes. So from Barnes, we're going to turn to a heading of 321, and we're we're more than 47. We're actually 60 miles from our destination, Albany. So there's a VOR on the field at Albany, which will be our ultimate nav aid, but at Barnes, we're 60 miles away, and so we might not be picking it up IRL. We know, sadly and painfully, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, we will not be picking it up at 40.1 miles, but it will pop in at 40 miles. So what the airway actually has, assuming that you might not be able to pick it up, the airway has another VOR that's it's a perfectly straight line. All we have to do is fly to it and then fly from it on the same course, but it's Slabadanks. Yeah, I couldn't find any slabadabadoo, but I found a yabadabadoo that sounds so utterly unlike the Flintstones that I loved it. So that's unless you object, that's your welcome sound. Wait, let me make sure we're not going to die before we we got 3 miles to run before we got to make the turn. So let's just I think I just have to do Slabba to play that. I don't know. I just liked it. So if you hate it, just say you hate it, and I'll find you something else. Okay. Well, now I got to get back here in the airplane, and because now we're 2 miles out, and so I think all I got to do is just turn from 3001 to 321. And is 301's what we're on, I think, more or less. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hoping that it will let me just do that without kicking us out of nav mode. I don't know. We're about to find out. So, 1 mile to go. We're in the cone of confusion. So might as well, yeah, now it's clicking up already. So if I turn the course over here, but then we gotta, that's what between, so now, but now I gotta put in, because now we're flying to Chester, which is 115.1, which I didn't even get bugged in here. How is this possible? Did I really get that far behind, or am I confused? We're about to find out. That's 115.1, back into nav mode, and there comes a slight right turn to get us on that course to our right. I think that may have been our best turn yet. It's still complete pandemonium and no idea what order to do those steps in to get the airplane to do what we wanted to do. But yeah, Jumperman. No, I completely agree. And I think it's like all vocal until like right at the very end, where where the bass cuts in or the bass starts. But I could go back to the clip and see if I can crank the bass at all. That would we could make it crank the bass enough to make Twitch's windows rattle. It's getting kind of dark out here, and that sunset was so pretty. Let's go back and see if we can't relive the moment. And we've got almost 60 miles to run, so maybe we'll get it early enough that we'll have a nice sunset arrival. Other folks still out here with us? Oh, I turned off name tags for that last flyby. Sorry. Okay, there's Tom ahead of us in his 310. And Dave the Brick, I think, is not part of our group. Love the name. I thought that said Loyal Dykes. But that does not say Loyal Dykes. That says Loydalikes. And I think James Price. Hey, there's Fallen Up. Still with the group. Excellent. And Mustix. Hey, Mustix is now close enough we can see him. And that, even looks reasonable, except for the missing tip tanks. That looks reasonably like a 310, doesn't it? Cool. And Kemp's not with us. Raised Ferret. Got some great screen names going tonight. Oops. Yep, great screen names overall, but Loyal Dykes is far away my favorite. Okay. But back to the flight. Okay, and only 4 miles to run. Yes, so it's a very short distance from Barnes to Chester. Only 13 miles, so we're already getting almost there. But again, we're going to have to get somewhere around 7 miles past Chester is where I'm expecting that we'll start picking up Albany. So we're just going to leave the course needle where it is and watch the from to flag swap. Although we're supposed to be 319 going away from Chester. So let's just see what happens. We'll watch the DME countdown here and watch the to from flag flip. And then we'll see. I want a view where I can see both the DME and have a really sharp view of what's going on here. So I can't really change that from 320 to 319. Well, it's just one click on that. Okay, but All right, so 0.9, and at some point it's going to get confused. And, oh, which it has, our to from. Okay, then there's the flip. To from. Oh, and just, oh, the flip took us out of nav mode. Interesting. That's really interesting. So I have a lot to learn about how this autopilot works. And then I think so we're supposed to be on 319, which to me looks like it's over there at least a little. So let's see what happens with that. Oh wait, oh no, I'm completely wrong. Completely wrong. Wrong. Could not have been more wrong. We're still supposed to be on 3-2. Oh wait, 3-2, yeah, 3-2-1. Okay, so that's fine. We stay on the 3-2-1. This is exactly what I explained a short time ago, that we're simply swapping the from for the to and remaining on the 3-2-1. It's 319 from Albany, but we're not getting Albany yet, so that's my latest source of confusion. I apologize for dragging you into it with me. I'm dragging with you, but you have no file. Wait, you have no what? The 140 into Chester or 321 out of Barnes. Oh, yeah. It was. Let me go back over there. Yeah, I think we switched over somewhere in the. Let me get Chester and Barnes back on the. Oh wait. Oh, so Chester, right? So yeah, I was flying the 321. I think I left it on from and 321. Yes, left it on 321. To Chester, and then the flag swapped, and I'm staying on 321. I mean, I see that 319 over there, but I don't. Am I supposed to change to 319 at that point? I mean, it's only 2 degrees, so it's not going to make a huge difference. How close are we to 7 miles away from, hey, we're already more than 7 miles away from Chester. Have I missed everybody saying Chester ? In the chat? Because I don't recall seeing any of those, in which case I have no words to express my disappointment. But yeah, at 8 miles, I think we got a good chance of picking up Albany now. And so Albany, it's going to be 319, and then we should get a 2 indication, and Albany's 115.3. So let's go back over here. 115.3. You know what? Well, no, I'll do it the right way. 115.3. 115.3. And let's just do an enter. So again, I want to know what all happens when I do this. So if I do swap, bang, it kills the nav, which is then probably when I want to adjust 1 degree left to 319 and then put nav back on. And now we're getting a 2 indication and the course a little to our left. So I guess that might be right. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't think the course was that far to our left, but okay. Did I get something wildly different from 319 in here when I bumped that around a little? No, I mean, that looks like right at bang on 320. On the heading bug. Yeah. With the course. Oh, okay, there we go. So yep, that looks like 309, and then that's okay. I think we're good. Now I think the only thing we got to worry about is we're 30 miles out, and that's 6,300, and I have no idea. At this point, I remember a time when I knew about descent planning. But man, at this point, not really. Let's go. I tell you what, as long as we got a little bit of time here, let me see if I can find the way to pull you back over to the desktop. And I think that worked. And let's go look at the field. Is this Albany? This is Albany. There we go. So what do we got? We could even look at, I'm pretty sure I even have the ATIS pulled up here. Yep, let's refresh this. That's from 2251. Oh, and that's still current. Is it? Okay, yeah, it's actually kind of fresh. Is it? It's currently 2255. Is that right? This is from 4 minutes ago. Lovely. And what was happening 4 minutes ago at Providence was 150 at 7. So that's, there's a little wind. Nice, plenty of visibility broken over here. Yeah, it's looking nice. It's looking like we want to runway something in the... Can you show me something in a 15? My good man. We got 19, and then we got... What? Oh, okay. 28 and 10 over 19. So at 15 is 5 degrees off of this, 4 degrees off of that. This one's longer. Where are we parking? We're parking down there. Let's do 19. Okay. And then, let me get me back in the airplane. Let me get y'all back in the airplane. So 19. And again, we're not using heading mode, so I can just use my heading bug. I gotta get a better... Whoop, hello? Really? Oh, okay. Gotta get a better view of the six-pack here, but we're not using heading mode, so I'm free to just use this as I like. Let's find... There's 18. That's gotta be 19. Right about there. Just planning ahead, something to help me visually for lining up with the runway when we get to that point. So what about a descent? Now we got 25 miles to run, and what was I might have noted the airport elevation over there, 279 feet. Call it 300. Call the pattern 1300. So, I could try putting 1300 in here and seeing if it will let me, but I've not been having luck with that. It seems like once I've touched anything else in here, nothing else really goes. All the other autopilot. If I've used any other autopilot function, it seems to somehow disable this little guy over here. But sorry, I've missed a bunch of chat trying to, okay, cool. 139. Did I miss something on the order? How are we doing on, computer. If the airplane's not trying to kill me, the computer is. You're on the 139 radial, so I mean, you could put 139 in your course, and then it will tell you that you're flying from. I mean, I think they call that reverse sensing. But if you put 319 in your course and have the out of Chester. Well, right. So I mean, out of our course didn't change. We're still flying either 320 or 319, depending on which VOR you're talking about. But approaching Chester, you'll have the 2 flag, and then when you pass the station, it'll flip to the from flag. And in this airplane, take your autopilot out of nav mode. Yeah, okay. So I mean, I think that's okay. What's your face? The ugly one. Would anyone who likes Oh, no, I don't get many James Bond references. Sorry. Rewatch Clue. Okay. Okay. What's happening now? Now we're at 18 miles with 5,000 to lose. I'm gonna try something. Let's see what happens if we arm this and it takes. It'll just start right on down at 500 a minute, and it didn't. So instead, I am going to try for vertical speed mode, which usually works if I use the Bravo. And hey, there we go. Can we get a 500 foot a minute rate while we do some math in public? I don't even remember the math at this point. It's some number of feet per nautical mile. But what are we at? We got 16 miles now. And, oh wait, I think I can do this. If it were 15 and 3,000 to lose, that would be 1,000 for every 5 miles. But it's double that, so it should be like 2,000 for every 5 miles. So that would be like about 400 feet a minute. I think 500 might work out. Let's see how this is going when we get to 10 miles. That would mean, though, 10 miles would be around 43. Wait. 13, 33, 53. No, that's the, yeah, no, I'm really, yeah, so 3 to 1, 3 miles per 1,000 feet. So, so with 6,000 to lose, I would start 18 miles out, and we're shorter than that now. But that's at 1,000 feet a minute, yes? So do I need to be going down a lot quicker? I think I do. The altimeter is just barely creeping down. Let's see what happens if we start dropping at 1,000 feet a minute. Oh, and that probably means we should be running some other checklists. Like if we're on descent. Oh yeah, I haven't actually written a descent. The descent section of my checklist is still blank because we haven't gotten that far yet. All the flights we've been doing have been 30, 40 mile short hops, and by the time we're up, we're coming back down. So 3 times the altitude to lose, 5 times the ground. Oh yeah, that's ground speed times something. Well, we need to. Oh, and look, we're halfway up the yellow arc on speed, even though we trimmed, and we're at like 18 gallons. How did my power levers get back to? Did we do an emergency climb of some sort? No, I don't know what the heck's going on with this airplane. I am such a horrible pilot. Oh, that's the speed's gone up so much because we're nose down to be losing altitude. So. But we can definitely start reducing some. Whoops, wrong one. Some. Oh yeah, we're down to 10 miles now. So, can you imagine? Oh, soundtrack. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad. This is going to be the first time, and maybe not ever, but the first time in a very, very long time that we'll actually have a record of the landing. Won't that be fun? So what's happening now? We're down to 4,000 and 8 miles. This is looking more like it's probably going to work out. We could come down at even a slightly greater rate and even lose a little more power, I think, to get ourselves slowing down. We are going really, really fast. And the flap and gear speeds on this thing are really, really low. You know what? I can't find anywhere in the POH that there's a max speed for deploying these little guys. And these will slow us right down if there's not much power in. And, yeah, I could. Isn't there some concern about shock cooling the engine? I don't know. But 15 inches and 1,400 RPMs is getting right on down there. But we're slowing down now, and we're losing altitude. We're at 5 miles and 2,300. So we've only got another 1,000 to lose and 4 miles to lose it in. So that That seems fine with me. I would be really thrilled if I could see an airport with a runway that's oriented. Oh, that's looking like a runway over there. And that runway orientation. Oh yeah, she's coming right on down. So we can actually even runway orientation. Oh yeah, we said is 19. Yeah, okay. So that's I got at least an idea of where the runway is now. And pattern altitude's 1300. We're still 3 miles out. Can you imagine? Whoopsie. Can you imagine the pandemonium if I were actually having to talk to air traffic controllers right now? That would be a sight to see, wouldn't it? Actually, we have to give it just a little more power to get back up on altitude there. What's going on now? Can we please just get back up to 1300-ish? There we go. Let's see if we can just hold that altitude for now. Hey, we're at 100 knots, 2 miles, 19 is over there. I think it's time to hand fly this. So let's see if we can kill the autopilot. Yes and no. This autopilot can be really hard to kill. That looks like everything out now. So I am pretty sure I see our runway over there off to our left. That doesn't really give me the view I would like to have. But, oh, here's our runway right here. Not the thing I was looking at all. Whoops, excuse me. Sorry for that abrupt, jerky movement. Sorry for being an abrupt and jerky pilot, but look at that. We are directly overhead the field. I thought it was well off to our left. I was mistaken. So 19, we're almost on a. We must be pretty much overhead 19. I think if we can do. Oh look, there's 19 right there. I don't know how it happened, but somehow we're on a left downwind for 19. Mystics. Yeah, 19 was my plan, and I certainly understand you're not seeing that was my plan. So there's a notch of flaps, which was really abrupt and made me not happy at all. Let's get some gear in for a little more drag. Oh dear. And are we far enough out to turn? I don't know. We probably are far. Whoa! Whoa! Far enough out to make a turn to base. Well, I see Tom ahead of us there. Let's go out a little further. Tom, you want to go in first, and then we'll follow you in. Okay, so gears down. Oh, I bet there's probably a checklist for this. There is. Can he stay even remotely on altitude while also finding his checklist? It remains to be seen. Altitude and heading, not too bad. Okay. Scroll down. Right. Brakes, yep, parking brakes off. There's going to be a mixture full, rich, prop full forward. Fuel pump on. And instruments, let's see if I wandered off course too far. No. Let's go ahead and turn base. And whoops, let's not die on our base turn. Good Lord. So on base, we'll have another notch of flaps. Speed's okay. What was left over here? Switching. Oh, yeah, we need to taxi and landing lights on. That's got to be a turn to final by there. We probably have overshot terribly. We're about to find out. Hello? Oh, my God, we're about to die. Oh, there we are. We didn't overshoot. We were well shy of overshooting. But there's Tom going in ahead of us. And, okay, let's trim off a little bit of that. Hooey! And according to this, we're 3.3 miles from the DME. I mean, from the VOR. I don't know if it's on this end of the field or the far end of the field or in the middle, but okay. I'm gonna drop too much below 80 this far out. Looks like we got a little bit of a river to come across here. We're at 600. We still got a notch of flaps to go. Okay, there we are, coming lined up a little bit. You had to remind me about that flight recorder, didn't you? Downtrack. If our GPS weren't out of service, we would have gotten a 500-foot call out. Oh, we've slowed down to 70 already? Jeez-a-loo. 1,800 RPMs. It's, wonder what the wind is doing. It's, we're kind of losing altitude more quickly than I expected. We ought to actually be about 100 feet off now. And we're going really slow. Our airspeed's really slow, though. It's not. So, you know, I really hate adding power, but we're so low. I really hate going into the trees. You know, and or the river. Okay. Well, I still don't know that I've got the runway made. And 100 feet and a nice long runway. So, ay. Well, it should likely be gentle since we're barely making it on without stalling. Oh dear God. Have we actually made the runway before we stall it on? Oh. Okay. Well, we're down. That much can be said for that landing. Ay. Whew. Is there a taxiway coming up here? I can't quite tell. I see Tom's off to the right. There's got to be a turnoff coming up here somewhere. There was certainly a short rollout, given that we were barely moving at the time we touched down. This has got to be a taxiway here. Yeah, it is. Let's see if we can go over and join Tom. And who else, if anybody, is Mustix? Are you coming in behind me to have time to get parked and get you on camera? Let's see. Tom, are you oh, there you are, hovering. I see. I'll just come over here and swing around. This looks like it's probably grass. You're on approach. Okay, that's good. And then what happens if I just do, well, okay. What happens if I just do this? I've had it with this airplane for today. Oh, no, we don't want that. That'll do us right there. We'll just park in this taxiway or whatever it is. Okay, there's Mustix on approach. Let's maybe have a little bit more light so we can see his approach. That looks better. There we go. It's not showing you to us. I guess we have to be closer to you before you render in the sim. There you are. Hey. A little bit of a crab. Whoops. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Ah. And Mustix turns off, I think, one taxiway before we made it. Probably. Oh, dear. Oh, no. The drone speed adjustments are always a mystery to me over here. Alrighty, well, let's... I think I can stop the recording because we don't need anything a lot past that, but without replaying it. And then I go back here, and then over here. No. Okay, there we go. And let me just get a screenshot. I know since Tuesday I have still not improved my lousy screenshot taking abilities, but that'll work for the portrait book there. Alrighty. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for flying along. Thank you for posing for the family album. And I think maybe we should see about Albany International Airport. Oh, this is free scenery. I will take a look. I will probably download it. I'm generally not a scenery person. I mean, just in general, because it's just not the part of the whole experience that I care about. You know, I mean, everybody has their own cup of tea and their own things that they don't really give a flying, you know, whatever. Mustix, I didn't see you fall out of the sky. No, I guess I wasn't looking at the moment. It should have a nav 1-2 switch in it. Yeah, I agree. And maybe it's just somewhere on the panel that I, you know, where I am just completely overlooking it. I don't know. But, yeah, so, I mean, as far as scenery, I mean, it's like, at the very beginning of the stream before you got here, Tom, I was saying that due to a number of current issues that are making my flight sim and streaming experience less than ideal, one of the steps that I took over the last couple days was I just completely emptied out my community folder, like absolutely completely empty. And then I've been putting things back in it one at a time. Oh my gosh, something's happening. Mariner Halley is raiding us. Thank you for the raid, Mariner Halley, and welcome raiders. We're kind of wrapping up here. We've just landed. Fly 787 and Mustix and I have all just landed at Albany, New York. For me, it was a dress rehearsal of the Boston VATSIM Wings IFR number 4 flight because we had a center controller on when we started, but they weren't staying on long enough for them to do the flight. So Wayne Barton, hi, welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome to the Peter Mooney channel, where today we were flying the Mooney. And so Tom, I had, you know, I've emptied out my community folder. There was scenery in there that I got for the bridges over the Hudson River, and that was because I was making a video flying under all the bridges on the Hudson. So I mean, like if it's for something like that where it's I'm like making a video I'm going to present to somebody, yes, and so maybe I should feel the same way about when I'm streaming something. But if I download a scenery for every airport I'm gonna fly to, that seems like really scary too. I mean, just in terms of problems that add-ons seem to cause me with my setup. I understand other people don't have these problems, but also just in terms of the size, like what I noticed after I actually moved everything that was in my community folder to a different drive, and what I noticed was I had a new 50 gigabytes of free space on my drive. So even though I had no more than 20 custom sceneries, and I think I own 8 or 9 airplanes. I probably have 20 add-on airplanes, probably 10 of which I bought in the marketplace and 10 that I bought from the dev. So like literally 10 airplanes and maybe 20 sceneries. There's 50 gigabytes in my hard drive, and I just Mustix, run the dog. As you know by now, I'll probably still be here yammering when you get back. Will I? Maybe not. Maybe we will go raid somebody. In fact, that sounds like a plan. So welcome, Raiders. Glad you could join us. We are just kind of wrapping up. And oh my gosh, I completely missed Siren. Cheered bits 7 minutes ago. Siren, thank you so much. I appreciate the bits, and I'm sorry that I don't know how I didn't hear that alert. It might have been when I was on approach and landing. It might be these engine sounds are the engine sounds are insanely loud in my ear because I'm in exterior view. So while I like this exterior view, we're about to do the replay, in which case it doesn't matter. Oh, thank goodness. That's so much better. So yeah, let's look at the replay. Okay, so you like have like a holding pen, and then you move things in as you need them and move them back out. That sounds like that add-on linker thing, but then I've heard of other problems that can cause. I don't know. I don't have time to think about that today. I'll think about that tomorrow. As God is my witness, I will never use add-on linker again. I'm also apparently at my 3.5 hour limit for the earbud, for earbud tolerance. 2 dogs, hey! Oh yeah, I think we attract some lovely chatters around here, and there hardly ever seems to be any problem. There's often spirited discussions of not controversial issues. I don't mean that at all. I mean issues that among flight simmers can be controversial. Hey, Jumperman, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate it a great deal. Let's try this flight recorder thing. I think this is maybe the second time that I've not the first time that we had anything to view in here was because I remembered to turn it on. I wish I could say this is the second time I remembered, but that would be stretching the truth, because I didn't remember. Soundtrack 78 remembered and used our new reminder command. So on this channel, I am on twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm in U.S. Eastern, so it's 3 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, which is 2000 Zulu. There we go, right there with the schedule. Yeah, love to have you in. And yeah, exactly. Spun dot, yes. So that's like one of the major controversies, at least among our group, is Track IR versus Toby. PMS 750 versus GTN 750. Not that I think could possibly be any controversy there, and yet there are some people who are so wrong and so big-headed that, oh my gosh, did I say that out loud? At any rate, before I digress even further, I think if I do that, and then then I think I do that and that. Okay, yes. So I think that is where we have to be. Oh, but then I think I have to come back over here to do that. Yes. And then this. And then that should let us come. Oh, no. What did I do? Okay, so not that, but that. And then that. And then no. That. And this. And then that. And so I think then, whoa, not that far. Yeah. And so then if I do this and come back over here and do this. Okay, no. Man, this was, yeah, actually let's look at it from here, because then, so turn this off, and then I think from there, if I do this, no, I thought I had, whoop, come on. Oh, that's right. I have to come back over here and do that. And then I think when I come back here, it will let us do that. Yes, exactly. Well, we're so low, it can't even find us. Oh, heavens, there we are. Oh, my gosh. How did we make it over the trees? This is soundtrack. Never remind me to turn on the flight recorder again. Oh, look. Oh, well, there we are over the trees, aren't we? Okay, I'm sure that's quite far enough. So what does that then look like if we... And my gear is down, but it doesn't pop in the sim until... Okay. Oh, we low. We very, very, very low. We low and we slow. And being that low and slow, the touchdown should be really gentle. Except we just barely make it over the antennas. Oh, we didn't make it over the antennas. Oh, no. Oh, that's so embarrassing. And it wasn't even all that gentle. Okay. I'm gonna pause. And I want to see at least parts of that again. Resume. Hey, that's working. Yep, completely took out that light. Okay. I'm not gonna obsess and watch this that many more times, but shoosh. Oh, and then little okay. Huh. Alrighty. You know what I do want to try though is what happens? Ooh, what happens if I do this and then this? This might be interesting. Let's see. Is this interesting? Oh. From about there, maybe. So I love that we're outside, but it's a cockpit camera, so you're hearing the cockpit noises while seeing the... which is why you can hear the stall horn, even though we're outside, or appear to be outside. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that was so horrific. Oh, brother. Okay, so... oops. Yell at me if you get tired of this, but I do want to, I think there's, what happens if I go, like, here, Yeah, this might be interesting too. Let's see what it looks like from. Oh, oh, oh. You know, that didn't look nearly as bad from the front as it did from the back. Yeah, I can live with that. Alrighty then. Well, that satisfies my curiosity. What about yours? There any sort of yeah, I don't think I can even have the energy to find a pretty scene to end on. I think I just need to say some thank yous and then get us rated over to somebody so I have a minute to eat before my next thing. So let's see. Tom, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for flying along. And yeah, if you find a nav1 and nav2 switch in the Mooney cockpit, by all means let me know. If I find it, I'll let you know, because it sure would be nice to have one. Yes. Oh, soundtrack, that's so sweet. I do want to say a quick thank you to I'm sorry, I really can't do this with the engine noise in my ear, and it's easier to take it out of both of our ears rather than just mine while you're keeping it in. Oh, Scheduled Descent is here. I didn't see you come in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Glad you could glad you could be here to see that horrifically embarrassing landing in the Mooney. But you know, it's I've had worse. Yes, people want to know why the localizer's not working. Indeed. Yes, facilities would like a word. Yeah, so I hate that I missed all these fresh, creative. Never heard that before. Okay. Yeah, so like I just said, let me say a couple of, hey, corporate pilot did. Yeah, I mean, my window is, I start at 3 p.m. and I'm over, at the very latest end at 7 p.m. because that's when Sim Caesar starts and I'm moderating his channel. And I often try to be done in time to at least run to the kitchen. He said, moving to where he can see the clock. I try to end sometimes in enough time that I can run to the kitchen and grab some food and bring it back in here before I have to go on from there. But yeah, but generally 3 to 7. 3 to 7 is the schedule, and I usually wrap up around 6:30 ish. But good to have you here. And a soon-to-be streaming Twitch streamer, Corporate Pilot Dad, makes excellent videos for I think mainly tutorials, but also some product reviews. And for a variety of different airplanes. Definitely recommend his YouTube site. And has also done some streaming on YouTube and is getting set up and ready to start streaming here on Twitch. But just an all-around exceptionally helpful guy. Has answered numerous questions, newbie questions of mine as they have come up. Ooh, 15,000 subs on YouTube. Congratulations. That's awesome. And yeah, like I said, very helpful videos and just a very helpful person in general also. So let me say thanks to people who provided material support for the stream today. If I can get this at all easier to see. We had a bunch of resubscriptions today. Which started with, let's see, I think, was K Thanks by the first one? No, our first, so there we go. Our first thing was we got a raid from Sim Caesar, and then 37 folks came over from Sim Caesar's bonus stream. That was really great. And then some new follows, HRG Scoop and In the Blue Yonder. Always love having people push that follow button. Cold Nevo cheered 100 bits, and then K Thanks by renewed his subscription. So 3-month subscription from K Thanks Bye. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. Along with Jumperman 80. Oh no, it's sorry. Fly 787 also renewed their subscription for 3 months. Jumperman 82nd gave a gift sub to the community. Also that absolutely great. And I think he did another one. Yeah. Then we got some bit cheers from Cold Nebo and Real Tiger Goth, and then Jumperman 82nd gave a second gift sub that went to Kev Mikwa. The first one, he gave the first one. I see what happened. Jumperman 82nd gave a gift sub to the community, and the Twitch algorithm picked good fixins. And I commented at the time, couldn't have picked a better person from my point of view had you tried. And then I thought the algorithm had hit number 2, heading toward a hat trick when Jumperman 82nd's second gift sub went to Kev Mikwa. But now I see Jumperman 82nd actually picked Kev Mikwa to receive that gift sub. At any rate, I can't believe I'm still talking about this, but we got a bit cheer from Siren 25, Jumperman 82nd's much better half. And then Mariner Halley gave us a raid, and then we got another bit cheer from Jumperman 82nd. So thank you to everybody who supported the stream materially in those terms today, but also just by being here, by chatting, by raising a ruckus, by reminding me of things that I have forgotten to do, by ridiculing me for things that I have failed to do or done but shouldn't have. It's all a lot of fun. See me, Sticks? I told you were going to run the dog and be back, and my jaws would still be flapping, and I was right. But I think I'm done. I think that's everything I need to say, except I'll be back next Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2000 Zulu, and hope you can join us then. Well, so I didn't see anything from. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so off Scud. I'm sorry we didn't get to. Oh, good. Oh, thanks for following Corporate Pilot, Dan. That's great. Yeah, I would. Y'all two both being ATP rated, I would think y'all have things to talk about that would, be just like sail right over my head. Vega Blue Sky, thank you so much for being here today. And as I was saying, just thanks to everybody who was here and part of the, whether you took part in chat or whether you were at work and had to lurk, but my voice was the soundtrack to your afternoon. That's great. Or if you're not at work, but you're just lurking because you don't like typing in chat, that's great too. We love having you here in whatever form of being here best works for you. So we're going to go and raid. I'm hoping Stubborn Old Gal is on. She usually is this time of day, and today is no exception. I think she started around the same time we did. Which means she may be wrapping up, but she's usually on at least till after Sim Caesar is going. And yeah, she's definitely on. If I swipe and copy her name, I won't have to paste it. So Stubborn Old Gal is a variety streamer from Sweden. She's become kind of the sweetheart of the Sim Caesar channel where I mod. And last Sunday, there were some amusing moments on the VOD from last Sunday. Sim Caesar and I were guests on, well, I suppose technically, Sim Caesar and Stubborn Old Gal and I, all three of us were guests on Sigrin Mia's channel. And the four of us were playing Rubber Bandits, which neither Sim Caesar nor I had ever played before. And the Swedish ladies had only played it a few times before. So we were, it was fun. and I took a peek at parts of the VOD, and the VOD looks like fun. Soundtrack, maybe we could shout out Sigrin Mia so that folks will have a link if they want to go catch that VOD. And then otherwise, I'm going to get a raid going here for Stubborn Old Gal and play some nice closing music for just a few moments before that goes. And yeah, great. There's Sigrid Mia, and there's a raid, and there's her avatar, which means I picked the right thing. So that, I think I'm going to say with that, thank you again. Have a good evening. Hope to see you over in Sim Caesar's stream in about 22 minutes. That's time to get something to eat, isn't it? I'm sure it is. It must be. What am I doing? Oh, I'm looking for this mouse to go over to this one and change this down to there, because that'll play the music. And then I can mute the mic and go over to the other thing and do the, okay, thanks, bye! Okay, thanks, bye!